True. Absolutely true. No, though. Hold on one second. Jesus. Sorry, wake up. I'm awake. I really am. Hold on. Really? True. Is JBP on the call? How did you know? How did you know, dude? Well, hello there, guys. Oh, boom, boom, boom. What are we doing? Whoa.
Assistant. Your virtual assistant.
I'm Siri, your virtual assistant.
Right, I'll tell you what, you fat little cunt.
Your
No.
On that shit, but you know what's crazy?
Did he freeze or did I freeze? Oh. Is it me or?
Oh my god, Jam was a kicker!
Wait, did they? Wait, what?
On that shit, but you know what's crazy?
Did he freeze or did I freeze? Oh. Is it me or?
Oh my god, Jam was a kicker! God, did you freeze too? Good shit.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo, she's gonna watch this. She's watching right now. You weird. You're weird. You're actually weird.
You know, you're weird. You're weird.
Well, I thought you really
On that shit, but you know what's crazy?
Did he freeze or did I freeze? Oh.
right now.
Help me. Help me.
Hey, Genji. I knew we could do it. Positive.
Yeah, because I'm taking really fucking hard. I'm just gonna do nothing still. Hi, man. That's about it, boys. I can't. This is bullshit. This is just trash.
Okay, I still can't tell if it's like a meme or not. Is it? There is an Overwatch 2. It's real, right?
Help me. Help me.
It's like a real game. It's not like an extended meme, right? What is the difference? I can't tell if it's like a huge joke that I'm just not in on. I can't tell if you guys are memeing me.
Best piece of advice I can give you, drop out of college. Drop out of college and go to your local corner store and ask how much. They'll say, how much for what? You say your whole business, and then you buy that business. Then go across the street and buy that business. And then do that 2 more times until you own every business at that intersection. And you know what that is called? That's called cornering the market. And everyone in the world could do this. Everyone in the world can own 4 businesses, and those 4 businesses can own 4 businesses, and those 4 businesses can own 4 businesses, and on and on and on until everyone in the world owns how many businesses? Infinite businesses. Infinite businesses, infinite passive income. People say that's impossible. Who would work at these businesses if everyone was an owner? Dogs and cats. Dogs and cats who walk upright and wear people clothes and speak with British accents. Oh, hello, Mr. Scruffles. Are you enjoying your work today? Oh, I am enjoying my work quite a lot, Mr. Billings.
And we're hoping that next year we'll be able to make an even smaller Lady Gaga. Now this next story, well, this one's for the kids, you know? Yep. And we're hoping that next year we'll be able to make an even smaller Lady Gaga. Now this
Well, guys,
Looks like an article just went out. You want to know the best part? Ollie Bear, thanks for 20 months here too. I just found out with you guys. Help me feel it, I feel it. 3 years on a team and I find out like this.
Yeah, nice job, shot! Why? I asked you if there was the boss and you said no!
They got me a Twitch, bro.
Here.
Bro, they got me a Twitch logo themed LED. Well, oh my god, damn.
Oh my god, are you a Jujutsu Kaisen fan? Yeah. Are you serious? Oh, dude! He likes Jujutsu Kaisen! What about Demon Slayer?
That's my all-time favorite.
Oh, I can't talk to you anymore. Get out of here.
What?
Bye.
No.
You're not my friend anymore.
No!
You're not my friend anymore.
Alright,
Bye.
That's for like Austrian music on. Okay, guys. All right. Well, see, this is supposed to be some polka music. Okay, I'm gonna see how big this becomes. Oh my! No! Wait. Okay, we're fine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Uh-oh. That's not how you work.
I just get irrationally angry. There are people in chat right now that are pretending like they actually like nasty fucking beer. And I know none of you do. I know that you're joking. I know you're all just doing it to fuck with me. None of you guys actually like beer. It's fucking gross. It takes forever to get you drunk. It tastes like fucking battery acid. It's just it's just disgusting. They're in chat right now pretending. They're all in chat pretending to like beer. Guys, don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them gaslight you, guys. They don't like this shit.
That's not how you work. Told you to tilt it first. Guys, I think I got a lot of it.
Click on the screen of the things that you see.
What?
Interesting. Interesting deductive skills you guys have come up with. Very deducive.
T-5, 4.
It's gonna come back and
I
be
swear
gone.
If it's in the air by the time this debuffers, I'm gonna be pissed.
4, 3, 2.
There we go.
1.
It's off the pad.
God damn it.
We have nothing on tracking yet.
Well, it's not there no more.
There.
This rocket launch brought to you by GGG.
All day nannying, so hopefully we can both take a step back so we don't continue arguing. Oh my goodness, goodness.
Oh.
He's a big boy.
Ah! He's tired.
He's so tired.
Oh, I'm safe. Oh, I just remembered. Thank God.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? He feels like
thanks for the
completely
stop,
fine.
dude.
I don't want his first time being with you, and he's all upset about it.
I feel bad because I know him.
Dude, they do this on purpose.
Oh, I just got it.
So hopefully we can both.
I have a huge surprise for you coming up.
Oh.
Look at that.
Jesus.
Go, go.
Closed it.
Go, go.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at? What happened?
Are you good?
Guys.
Jesus. The new tire looks so colorful. I can't, guys.
Come in the hole, bitch. You wanna come down here? Huh? Big guy? Bop. 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 And I'm fucking stupid! Oh! Oh, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, fuck. God damn it! No! No! Dude, I can't. I can't right now. I can't.
See the Hans memes? Those aren't memes, dude. Those are real.
G7, check. King here, rook f7. Queen check. King g2, knight f5. Queen d7, it hitting rook h7 mate. The knight goes back to g7. This is ridiculous. I don't know if this is right. I'm just gonna try it. King g2, knight f5. Queen d7, it hitting rook h to g7. This is ridiculous. I don't know if this is right. I'm just gonna try it.
Where? I don't even see the mate. I can't even see it. How?
This is ridiculous. I don't know if this is right. I'm just gonna try it.
Oh, it's just... No. Oh, it's a puzzle? He got it right? Oh. Wait, what the fuck is even...
I don't know if this is
Did he
right.
just solve it really early, or...?
Wow.
Oh, so he thought it was more
Wow.
complicated than it actually was. Okay. Never mind.
All that extra calculation. All that extra COE.
Jesus. He planned for 12 moves history. Gotcha, okay. I super misunderstood that.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
Overwatch. Gross.
No.
Mm. $141 comments. Damn, I just asked this guy a question. He got hella downvoted. I was just asking a question. Jesus, these people are fucking insane. Wait, what happened to animal tier list?
Players have a wide selection of equipment to choose from when speccing their character. Teeth, claws, stingers, spikes, each weapon has distinct advantages and disadvantages in combat. Herbivore players tend to favor highly intimidating equipment like horns and antlers. In the African meta, things are taken to the extreme, with builds like the elephant, rhino, and cape buffalo rocking some of the most threatening tusks and horns in the entire game. So you might be surprised to learn that one of the most successful builds in the African savanna is the zebra, a build with no obvious weaponry to speak of. So what is it about the zebra build that has granted it such a dominant position in the savanna? We'll answer that question and many more in today's video, which was sponsored by CuriosityStream. To answer that question, let's zoom out a bit and discuss the incredible stats and abilities of the entire equine faction, including zebras, horses, and donkeys. Let's begin with their stats. Right off the bat, it's plain to see that this is a highly mobility-centric build, with an above-average power stat to back it up. With slightly above average intelligence and fairly poor defense, HP, and stealth stats. At first glance, you might think that these stats belong to a rushdown predator, something like a wolf or eagle, something that can overwhelm its target with speed and power, and either finish the attack before the defender has a chance to counterattack, or weave in and out of the defender's effective range, chipping away at it or tiring it out. Clearly, stats don't tell the whole story here, as all equines are herbivores. So let's delve a little deeper into the abilities and strategies that horses and all their variants utilize to survive. Seeing as their highest stat is mobility, it's no surprise that an equine player's best defense against a predator player's attack is to run away. While not technically as fast as the max speed of a top-tier predator, horse builds are able to maintain high speeds for much longer, and because of this, builds like the big cat or bear have little chance of catching them without an extremely stealthy ambush. The horse's specialized hooves grant them a bonus to burst movement speed and allow them to ignore the movement penalties of rocky terrain. The likelihood of a successful ambush is driven even lower due to the horse's solid intelligence stat, which allows it to engage in herd behaviors such as individuals keeping watch to alert vulnerable teammates of approaching enemies. Taking shifts keeping watch is really important in a party of horse players, because horses need to spend massive amounts of time grazing. See, horses did not spec into the ruminant perk, which means they can't extract nearly as much.
I feel like if horses get caught on their leg, they're dead. You have to like put them down. Horses seem useless. I don't know, man. Maybe he gets into it. I'm too lazy to watch the whole thing. What did I miss last night? Anything exciting happen? Oh, yes. My boy,
So,
Ben.
I read most of the report, and I glanced through the parts I didn't read. First of all, I have to explain to you a Family Guy episode because it reminds me of the poker and the chess cheating scandals. There's an episode of Family Guy which has Rush Limbaugh. Eventually, Brian becomes enamored with Rush Limbaugh and eventually lives with him. Okay. But anyway, and also the guy playing Rush Limbaugh is Rush Limbaugh because Rush Limbaugh and the guy who makes Family Guy, whose name I can't remember now for some reason, they're like that, son. I mean, not anymore because Rush is dead. Whoever the guy, yeah, Seth MacFarlane. Okay. Anyway, there's an episode of Family Guy. There's more than one with Rush Limbaugh. This is the one that's all Rush Limbaugh. And at the beginning of the episode, Peter's watching TV and he's flicking between two channels that have opposing viewpoints, like Fox News and MSNBC, for example. I'm not sure if those were the channels, but okay, you get the idea. And then when he clicks to one channel, the guy says something, and Peter says, "I believe that now." Then he switches channels, and the other channel says like the opposite. He says, "Yeah, that guy makes a lot of sense. Now I believe that." And after switching channels back and forth, where he just believes whatever the last thing he heard was, he said, "Now I believe that. I'm too stupid to make my own judgments." That reminds me of a lot of people on Twitter, is whenever some news comes out that doesn't have any new information, all of a sudden they're on that team, and then whatever anybody else says is wrong until the next bit of news comes out. So the news that came out today on the Wall Street Journal, then later, an hour or two ago, chess.com put out the whole report. Wall Street Journal, you have to be able to get through their paywall. Although you can go to Reddit or chess.com and find the whole thing without going through a paywall. I glanced at it and read some of it, and the conclusion seemed to be, there was one thing that surprised me in the conclusion. The fact that Hans has cheated a lot on chess.com didn't surprise me at all. That was the least surprising. The part that surprised me was chess.com said since 2020, August 2020, September 2020, I don't know, that Hans hasn't cheated on chess.com. I find that hard to believe. So a guy's cheating in 2020 and then he stops, I guess because he got caught, but I would have thought Hans would cheat in one or two games between 2020, 2021, 2022, not 0 games. So that surprised me a little bit. The fact that they claim he's cheated at least 100 games between like 2015 and 2020, that didn't surprise me at all. That's the least surprising thing. They seem to say stuff like, "This is what we think about his OTB," but that's not our thing. Chess.com doesn't do OTB stuff. And the reason is they get a lot more information when you're on chess.com, like how many seconds you took between moves, if you're going to other browsers, and things and other things, right? Which they indicated in their report. So chess.com almost never gives an opinion about whether somebody cheated in real life. They do give an opinion whether somebody cheated on chess.com. And usually they keep everything hush-hush, but they've decided in this instance to not keep it hush-hush and to spill the beans and tell everybody every move Hans has ever made, which I don't understand. They claim they'd never talked to Magnus. Magnus says never spoke to them. So if you think people are lying means they're cheating, obviously chess.com and Magnus are both lying. Because, you don't look at games from 2020 like that, son, and then say the guy cheated. They knew Hans cheated in 2020. And if they didn't know, then that's bad. It shouldn't take a world champion accusing somebody of cheating in a real game for chess.com to go back 2 years and investigate cheating. Chess.com should have already investigated that stuff. Chess.com already knew that Hans cheated, and that's why they kicked him off the site, and he admitted he cheated and so forth. So if you're telling me in the last 4 weeks, chess.com for no reason decided to look at Hans's 2020 games and before, I don't believe that. They're always looking at title players' games and deciding whether they cheated. And if they didn't, if this is all new information, then shame on chess.com for letting somebody cheat 100 times and win prizes and not find out until years later.
That's kind of true. That's a little weird.
That's not their MO. But they seem to be indicating that. Now, obviously I stand by he didn't cheat on against Magnus, which is basically what chess.com is saying. They don't have any evidence that he's cheated in over-the-board chess. Not that they would know, because that's not their purview. Now, one thing that's upsetting is the hype train is dying. That's the main thing that's upsetting. 0%. Boo, boo, the stream will end. Okay, so one thing that's upsetting isn't whether Hans cheated against Magnus or not, because your opinion won't be changed by anything. Thanks trying to learn for the 100 bits. The thing that's upsetting is Hans was cheating on chess.com in tournaments that had prizes. And I mean, chess.com saying they didn't know that? That doesn't make sense to me. Chess.com has a lot to answer for. Like, first question is, did you know in these tournaments that had prizes, Title Tuesday and such, other tournaments, that Hans was cheating? If the answer is no, that's weird, because tournaments that have prize money, chess.com goes out of their way to catch cheaters. So to just let Hans win money in tournaments where he's cheating, and then years later say, he was cheating 2 or 3 years ago, that's a bad look for chess.com. The other thing, which I still don't understand, is they said, Hans hasn't cheated in the last 2 years, but we took him out of the GCC, the Global Chess Championship, which he was invited to because he's cheated more than he said he has. You know, like from 2 or 3 years ago. That's a very weird stance when supposedly they knew. So I think, although chess.com hasn't said, I think chess.com is claiming, I think, that they didn't know Hans was cheating so much until they just recently investigated it. And that's terrible. That means that a lot of other IMs and GMs cheated in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and they don't know. And that's not the chess.com that I know. Chess.com I know, when you have a money tournament and somebody's cheating, they catch you. And this is indicating they don't. And they only re-looked at the situation because, you know, Magnus and chess.com are like, that son. Now, of course, Hans cheating 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago and then not cheating seems to indicate he wasn't cheating against Magnus because he hasn't been cheating lately. If he didn't cheat between September 20 and September 2022 over the board or online, it's weird to say he cheated against Magnus because he cheated 3 years ago. That's a weird take. That's the take most people on the internet have. They're like, he cheated 3 years ago, he cheated 100 times, so even though chess.com says he hasn't cheated in the last 2 years, he did cheat against Magnus. That's the line the cheating people are taking. So the news from chess.com and or the Wall Street Journal really hasn't changed anybody's mind. The people who say Hans didn't cheat against Magnus, well, there's no evidence he cheated against Magnus. There's no new evidence. The people who say he did cheat against Magnus all along, they're in the Magnus court, they're...
Much like Feingold, I feel I'm a very uninteresting storyteller. How would someone improve other than getting reps in? I don't know. There's probably like a whole strategy to it. I think he's entertaining as fuck. He's very factual, but then he's also got like very dry humor. I don't know. I think Feingold is very fucking funny.
Like, see, Hans cheated 2, 3, 4 years ago 100 times. That proves that he cheated against Magnus last month. I mean, it doesn't prove anything, but It proves he cheated a lot online. And if the report said Hans had cheated 100, 200, 300 times in his chess.com career, I would think that that's what I would expect. If the report said we've looked at the last 8 years of Hans Niemann and he's cheated 5 times, I wouldn't believe that. He's cheated more than that. And I always thought Hans was a cheater on chess.com, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. That was always my take, was he was cheating.
Damn.
That I always felt that. And to see if he cheated in over-the-board tournaments, I played in the World Open 2 years ago that Hans won. I think Hans tied for first with I know his name. I just can't say his name. I'll tell you his name just a second. I really can't think of his name? Jesus Christ. I've played him I've only played him once. How can I not remember his name? John Burke. Yes, I win. Okay, so a couple of years ago, Hans Niemann tied for first with John Burke. And I remember thinking, to myself, is Hans cheating in this tournament? That's what I was thinking. So I remember looking at his last round game with Chinese Grandmaster, who plays a lot in the U.S. I forgot his name. He plays in every American tournament. So I don't know if he lives in America, but he plays a lot. And their game was ridiculous. Both of them played like beginners. They both played terrible. I was watching the game with an engine. I looked at it, and the engine's like, this is the worst game ever played. And it was the last round, and they ended up drawing, and Hans tied for first, and John Burke, I guess, won his last game and tied with him. I think there was a playoff, but I have no idea who won the playoff. I have no idea. I mean, I knew when the playoff happened, but I forgot. Yeah. And that was the World Open where I lost to Jeffrey Zhang. God damn, did I lose to Jeffrey Zhang. And so the one game that I investigated, Hans played like a baby. Hans played terrible. And it was the last round for first place. So, I mean, if he is going to cheat in the tournament, that would be a good time to cheat. So I didn't, after looking at that game, I was like, that game was terrible. So chess.com said there's no evidence he's cheated online. I'm sorry, he's cheated in real life, but they wouldn't rule it out. They said, it's possible, but we don't have any evidence of that. Sort of like Ken Regan, we don't have any evidence he's cheated in real life. Obviously, between 2014 and 2020, Hans and cheating were like that, son, but it was only online. Also, one of the metrics chess.com used in this report that I read was he was toggling between his chess.com board and something else, which indicates cheating. If I'm playing a blitz game online, I'm not going somewhere else because I lose on time. And that would indicate to me Hans isn't a very good cheater. If you're going to cheat online, you wouldn't do it on the same computer that you're playing on. That's a lot easier to catch. So that's a not sophisticated way to cheat. The sophisticated way is to use something else that has nothing to do with what you're doing and use that to cheat. That's the right way to do it. Like Petrosian was doing. He had a phone in his lap. That's how you cheat. And the unsophisticated way he was cheating online by having something running on the same computer and toggling back and forth, that to me makes it less likely he's cheating in real life because, not too smart. And a lot of cheaters aren't too smart. So anyway, I don't see evidence he cheated against Magnus. I still don't know why Magnus withdrew. If Hans was cheating against him, why withdraw and not play your last 6 games? What's the problem? So he's still Magnus Withdrawalson, and until further notice, he's Hans Cheatman, but only on the internet. So it didn't really say much, and hopefully the thing that matters to me, you guys don't care. You guys are just like, did he ever cheat? The thing that matters to me is, did he cheat against Magnus? And I think the FIDE Commission will be looking mainly at that and looking at his over-the-board play. I don't think the FIDE Commission is going to be too concerned with his online play. If you're too concerned with online play, then you got to kick everybody out because they're all cheating. But if they look at all of his over-the-board games and they talk to people who are proficient in the field, and chess.com shares their statistics with them, with this, they said they would, then we can find out what the likelihood was that Hans has been cheating for decades in real life. Not as likely as cheating on chess.com. But a lot of people on Twitter equate cheating on chess.com with cheating in the Sigfield Cup because he's a cheater. And I don't equate those two because one is like stupid and one is amazingly stupid. There are different levels of stupid. It's like Hans went to the grocery store when he was a teenager and stole candy bars, and then when he was 19, a bank was robbed, so Hans is the main suspect because he...
This looks real bad for Hans and chess.com. So the real question is, there's got to be a name for this logical fallacy. I don't know what it is. But I kind of spoke about this when it came to WikiLeaks. People are like, isn't transparency really good on one side? Like, isn't it better than having none? And my argument was actually transparency on one side is worse than no transparency. Because transparency on one side leads you to a false illusion that one side is bad and the other side is good. That might not be the case. And so something I'm curious about, and Feingold just, I don't know if he's joking or being truthful, but like, when it comes to cheating in online chess, it might be the case that Hans 100% does that, but it also might be the case that a lot of people cheat in online chess. I don't know the answer to that question. So who knows? Hi, what's up, buddy?
Hey man, how are you?
Doing okay. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and yeah, hi chat, white people happy.
What's
Yeah,
well, what's
before
up?
yeah, so just before we begin, is like the sound clear and stuff?
Yeah, pretty clear.
Okay, yeah, so my name is Vikram. I started a YouTube channel on dating and lifestyle, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you about that. So yeah, we could begin.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So when I was 16 years old, I felt like when I was like really nervous and I found like social situations were really hard for me. So I looked online on like how to talk to girls and like how to become better at that.
Mhm.
And the only sources I could find were pickup artist sources or more red pill sources.
Mhm.
So I kind of wanted to get your take on it. Like, why are there no progressive versions of the pickup artist movement? Why is it only like, why are like dating advice for men only kind of controlled by more pickup artists or red pill sources?
I think there's a human tendency to take our moral views of the world and kind of work backwards from there. And if stuff is incongruent with how we think things ought to be or our ethical systems, then we'll kind of disregard inconvenient facts about reality. I think when progressives look at the world, or when left-leaning people look at the world, there's a very big fixation on like, we ought to make things fair for people, we ought to make things equitable, we ought to alleviate or address certain systemic or societal problems with certain groups of people. And sometimes that view can kind of be perverted, and you can switch that from like, we ought to make the world more equitable to like, everybody is equal, we just have to get rid of some systems to show it. And so I think that when it comes to like pickup stuff, I think that when far left people have like a view of the world that like everybody should be equal, then that means that nobody's different from one another, which kind of like erases a lot of the potential to give like dating or pickup advice, because everybody's the same and everybody should be treated the same, and there's no reason to have like a different look at people.
Yeah, and I quite agree with that. Like when I was preparing for this conversation, I looked up what conversations you had, and you went on a panel by Kyla, so not so erudite,
Mhm.
where this guy called Eli said the red pill community makes it really difficult for men to get into dating. A lot of men don't understand social skills and will fall down the red pill pipeline,
Mhm.
and this may result in them like messing up in relationships. But I would kind of argue that it's the other way that's true, because when I look in those communities between who are more successful at dating, it's not really the progressive community. like I've learned more about dating from red pillers than from the pickup artist movement, so from the leftist or progressive movement. And there's a video by this woman who, I think her name is Lumi Ru. She went on a Tinder date.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude. I'm sorry. That video triggered the fuck out of me because she did so much wrong and put herself in such a horrible position and like ignored like two huge red rape flags. One was letting a guy that she didn't know pick her up from her place, and the second was accepting drugs from a guy who wouldn't do the drugs himself. I cannot fucking believe that she did that. Oh my, or I think they are non-binary, so I can't believe that they did that. Oh my fucking god, that was so stupid. Sorry, fuck that. That video triggered the fuck out of me. Oh my god. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, in the pickup artist community, that video is used as like the biggest example of feminist hypocrisy. Because she's all about like how we need to be against toxic masculinity, how we need to be,
but then like, they say that they find like the Chad person on Tinder, and they what?
No, I said she. I meant they.
Oh yeah, yeah. But then they find like the super Chad like alpha person on Tinder, and they try to play it off to like, oh, I just wanted to see what it was like, blah blah blah, and it's like, oh my god, like how, like it's such a bad look, you know?
Yeah, it is, and but yeah, that's one of the main things I wanted to talk to you about because, what I want to do, I want to show that you don't need to be necessarily red pill to get into the dating scene. But I know I had a conversation with Alex Villainchick, so playing with fire. He disagrees with me. He says that being a feminist who tries to get good at with girls is like being a vegan who works as a waiter in a steakhouse.
Okay.
And, so I guess I kind of wanted, because I don't really agree with him, but yeah, since I've kind of gotten into the community, it does seem odd that I just can't find good progressive sources on dating for men. There's like a different part that I wanted to know. It's this argument between, I guess, within the same topic of progressivism versus red pill, which is about the just be yourself versus having good game. What is your take on because it's a common advice that a lot of people give about, hey, if you want to get good with girls, you should just be yourself. Yeah, what's like your take?
I mean, like, just be yourself is that's true, but it's too simple. Like, there needs to be more qualifications for that. Like, the chances are, if you're trying to get with somebody and you're faking your entire personality, it's not going to work. It's going to be obvious that you're like if I were to go into a bar and like I'm like, okay, I'm going to pretend that I was like a linebacker in fucking college, like a D1 football player, and I'm going to like that's not going to work. Obviously I don't look the part, and I'm not going to know anything about sports ball or anything. Like, it's going to be fucking stupid, right? But on the flip side, you know, like if your biggest hobby is like jerking off onto fucking anime figurines, and I walk into a bar and I start talking to a girl about that and I'm being myself, that's not going to work either, right? Like, I think be yourself implies that, like, one, if you're going for a relationship, there has to be some level of authenticity, or else you're setting yourself up for complete and total disaster. Because there are people that will do that. I don't know if you've seen people, or maybe you recommend people do this. I hope not. But like, some people will say things like, "Oh yeah, like if you really like anime and video games, don't ever tell your girlfriend that; she'll look down on you." And it's like, damn, how the fuck are you gonna date a girl and hide like major hobbies from her? Like, you're gonna get fucked. Like, you're setting yourself up for disaster. So yeah, I think like be yourself is like kind of important, but like that yourself might not be good enough. You might have to improve yourself first before you can expect to like have any results, you know?
Yeah, about the anime thing, this is a struggle I've had because I don't know what the answer is for that. Because I used to think that I had to stop being a fan of superhero movies because I felt like women would think I'm a loser, and I don't think that's true. I don't know. But that's something, because I was wondering in the past, but some of my previous girlfriends, like, they said it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, I remember, like, a 16-year-old me, or, like, was thinking, yeah, I need to stop watching superhero movies, or, like, you know, I need to stop being, like, a nerd or a geek. But I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I mean, like, the thing is that there's stereotypical like attitudes or personas associated with those things, and I think that's usually what people don't like, rather than like the hobbies themselves, right?
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess it's okay to be a fan of anime, but it's not okay to be to be the stereotype of what people see, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like on paper, I have a lot of, I wouldn't say unattractive hobbies, but I have a lot of things that like a lot of people would look at and be like, oh God, I can tell what kind of person like this person is, right? Like I play autistic video games. I scream at people online about politics. I guess I kind of like anime, not as much anymore because I don't have time to watch it. But like on paper, like, oh, okay, like you could probably make like an assumption about the type of person I am. But like in real life, I'm a pretty friendly person. I think most people enjoy hanging out with me. I can be funny, hang out with people. It's all about like not fitting those stereotypes, I think. And the stereotypes are why people tend to get turned off from certain hobbies, not the hobbies themselves, I don't think.
Yeah, I had a question to ask you on, like, just to kind of get your take on it. So if let's say like one of your fans, a DGGR, just messages you or talks to you in public or whatever and tells you like, hey, like I'm a virgin, I haven't had sex ever, and I want to get laid. Like, what should I do? Like, what would you tell them? It's like a dude who.
If people are out of school and they're in a really heavily male-dominated work environment, I don't know what the right answers to that are right now. I don't have any first-hand experience with it, and I don't talk to a lot of people with first-hand experience with that. I don't really know what the correct answer is. It seems really rough. The most common advice that I heard repeated that seems to be the most like on the right track are developing hobbies that can get you in front of other people again. And then once you're in front of other people again, you can start doing things like working on the people skills and everything you need to start to make some leeway in terms of like socializing with people. But yeah, that seems to be like a really important thing is because it feels almost like the problem isn't even the people skills or anything. Sometimes it's just how do you get into environments where there are other people around that you like even have the opportunity to begin to talk to.
Yeah, it's a struggle I have to because I recently graduated university, and because like in university it's really easy to be social. There's just so many events happening, classes and stuff like that. But since I graduated, like I thought there'd be similar social situations outside. There just isn't, you know.
Yeah, even in college, there were girls that I talked to, and when I was in college, I wouldn't say I was antisocial, but I'm like work, school, sleep, and even in college, there were like a few girls that I was able to chat with and stuff. And I wasn't a pickup artist or anything at all. But outside of, and then work too, actually but I worked in a casino. There were lots of girls at the casino. But outside of like those two environments, like I don't know where the fuck, like in those two environments, there's a million girls to talk to. And they want to talk to you too because you're not creepy. You don't have to like work like approaching somebody at the gym. There's like 50 million things you have to worry about. But like saying hi to someone after class or like going to class is so easy and so natural and it's right there. But it feels like if you don't do something in those environments and then you're out of them, you're like fucked. Or it feels that way. Like I don't know what the fuck you do afterwards. It seems really scary.
Yeah, that's quite true. Because like even for me, like if I'm at the gym, as you said, like there's so many things. Like if you interrupt a girl, maybe she was in the middle of her set, she's going to be annoyed at you. If you talk to too many women, maybe the like I don't know the staff might get mad at you. Like there's just so many things. Well, if you're on campus, you just say hi to people. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And yeah, the only answer to that I found is just go back to university.
Yeah. I unironically thought about that after one of my relationships ended. I was like, okay, I know the type of girl I want. I know who I'm looking for. But I know that I don't normally meet that type of girl in real life. I think I'm just going to go back to fucking school, unironically, and shop for a fucking girlfriend, kind of. But, like, not necessarily. Like, if I go back and get a degree, I know that there's a certain type of person I'm going to meet. Like, it seems like it'd be good. Yeah. I've actually had those thoughts before,
yeah. So, to be clear, like, earlier I took more of a red pill in the pickup artist position just because I know you're more blue pill. So, it's like, it makes it more fun. But I am not red pill. I am no longer a pickup artist. That was, like, a phase when I was in high school and first year university or so. Just I don't want to get in trouble, you know.
Sure.
Now I had a realization with the pickup artist and red pill movement, which is that about 90% of pickup artist coaches are frauds, and most of their advice in terms of like how to talk to women and stuff, even though it's better than the progressive side, most of it is kind of trash. Because like I was doing what I would see those guys in those YouTube videos do, and then I started realizing that I would get a lot of phone numbers, but none of the girls would message me back.
Sure.
And I was doing exactly what they did. And it was like a doom pill moment for me because like I thought I had found a solution to get girls, and then like turns out like a lot of the advice kind of made me worse, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
And like yeah, when I think of someone who might be in this situation nowadays, I don't really know like what advice to give that would help them.
Yeah, something that's really weird is like, do you know how multi-level marketing people, they say that they're great business people and everything, and they made their money doing great business, et cetera, but you look at where a lot of them make their money from, and it ends up being the case that they make money selling help tapes on how to help other people be big businessmen. You know what I mean? And that ends up being and you know, I kind of wonder sometimes for like pickup artist people, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. I'm not throwing any shade. I don't even think they would disagree with me. But like, if you look at like Fresh and Fit, these guys talk about pickup stuff. At this point, they don't need to use any skills that they talk about. They're fresh and fit, right? Or even me for Destiny. Like, I don't need to use any fucking skills. I've got girls in my DMs on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything, right? Like, I don't have to use any pickup skills. Like, if I'm sitting here saying, like, oh, you know to trust me because of this, it's like, no, I mean, kind of, not really, but a little bit, but not really, you know? It's like a totally different living situation. And then same thing, too, you know, if you've got a guy that's like a 6'2", Giga Chad, alpha male, like the guy is like amazingly beautiful, charismatic or whatever, you know, the tips that he gives for some guy that's like, you know, 5'7", doesn't work a great job, you know, that it might not necessarily work for that dude in the same way. Yeah, a lot of it is really complicated for sure to figure out like what's good advice, what's not good advice, what works, what doesn't work. Something that you said about girls not calling you back, something that's kind of like interesting to me is it feels like a lot of red pill guys will talk about how to approach girls and maybe how to fuck girls. None of them talk about relationships.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's good.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Because I've asked that question to like a pickup artist coach in the past,
Mhm.
and I mean, he kind of mentioned this guy. He wrote a book called oh, I forgot. It's Dr. Glover. I'll Google it. I'll tell you later. But yeah, it's like he says that so there are a few relationship coaches, but they are very few.
Mhm.
It's like whatever. Yeah, I'll find it later. But yeah, it's I don't know why, because it's No More Mr. Nice Guy by Robert Glover. He's an author, and he's like his book is like kind of a go-to for pickup artists, and he has a program that many pickup artist coaches take on relationships.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's where they go to learn about relationships. But I think the answer is because these pickup artist coaches don't know how to have good relationships, just because it's not their expertise or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
1 sec. I had another question to ask you on that. Yeah, there is a big debate between black pillars and red pillars on look versus game, and not red pill, between black pillars and pickup artists. The pickup artist side will often say, "Oh, looks don't matter at all. What you need is just have good game. If you have really good social skills, that's all you need." And black pillars will say, "Your social skills don't matter. So long as you're a Chad. If you're a Chad, like girls will love you no matter what you do, no matter what you say." I guess I wanted to get your take on it. To what degree are you pickup artist leaning or black pill leaning? Or yeah.
I mean, there's a huge overlap over both of these things, right? Like, if you look a certain way, you can get away with a lot of weird shit, right? Sometimes the difference between somebody being creepy and somebody being, like, charming is just how they look, right? Like, if you get approached by a certain type of guy, you're more likely to be warm towards him if he looks a certain way. Like, that's definitely true, and it'd be silly to pretend otherwise. But I think that the thing that the black pill communities get wrong is their standards for looks are so autistically high. Black pill communities to me are very much like women. In that like women sometimes will talk about how like, oh God, no guy's gonna want me. Like my earlobe is like too short, or I've got like weird, like there's like weird kind of red appearances on the inside of my nose crease, or like I think that my whatever. And it's like, dude, guys aren't looking at this shit at all. Like what the fuck are you talking about? And black pill guys will be like hyper feminine in that same way, where they'll be like, oh God, like I think that my jaw doesn't have as many millimeters of blah blah blah, and I like a woman will never. And it's like, bro, nobody's looking at this shit. Nobody fixates on this as much as like you think they do. You're insane. Yeah, I mean, that's just, yeah, I think that there's going to be some fact that like obviously the way you look is important, and you can get away with more depending on how you look or not. But I think people fixate on it way too much.
Yeah, there is this YouTuber. His name is Wheat Waffles. He's like the leading black pill YouTuber. He does this weird thing where like you pay him to rate your face. And I know Alex from Playing with Fire, like he sent him a photo, and he told Alex like, oh yeah, this one bone on your face is 13 point something centimeters or whatever. Like it should have been this centimeter. Like if that would give you more that would make you more attractive or whatever. But Alex pointed out like he's never had a girl look at him and say, you know what, you're hot in all ways, except that one bone on your face that's this exact centimeters long. But yeah. It's
and something weird also on that line that like online dating in general I think has poisoned people for is people have no idea how wide the range is of people that they would actually like. We think that like especially on Tinder and stuff we start to get like hyper selective of like traits and characteristics that we think we're attracted to. But the reality is that as soon as you meet somebody that is like cool, you can find yourself attracted to things that you never thought you could be before, or things that you thought were really important end up not being important, you know? Like I like brunettes a million times more than I like blondes in appearance and everything. I just do. It's just 100% personal preference. But like I'm married to a blonde girl. You know, like I think that like you can have like a wide deference of things. Yeah, people don't know until you see it. This is why I always encourage people to get offline and to stop hyperfixating on like the size of your jaw and like weird shit like that, or like looking for only Asian girls or some weird shit like that. Like, there's a ton of shit out there that you can enjoy, and you're not going to know until you try.
Yeah, about the there's a thing. Oh, sorry, I had a thought in mind, just went away. Yeah, about so I live in Vancouver. We have this delivery app called DoorDash, and a friend of mine said that when it comes to trying to get attract dudes, Tinder is basically dick dash, because most men you'll swipe right on will always be a match. And like if you're a girl trying to find a dude, just use Tinder and like just get Tinder Gold. Like leave your phone alone for like half an hour. You'll get like 100 people who liked you. Look at who you like in there and just message them, and you could meet up with them within like an hour sometimes.
Wait, what was it? Say the front thing for DoorDash. Wait, say the beginning part again.
So in Vancouver here, we have a food delivery app called DoorDash, and a friend of mine joked and said that for people looking to date dudes, Tinder is basically dick dash.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought there was a whole other strategy thing going on. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I've heard this before. Yeah,
it's a meme. It's a joke.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, well, for dudes, if you're a guy or like someone looking for girls, because I knew like I have a bisexual friend of mine, like this woman who said when she tried to get girls on Tinder, it was the hardest thing she's ever done, and I was like, yeah, welcome to our world, you know.
Oh yeah, it's pretty insane. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that Alex, he specializes in online dating, so I don't know if people are looking for dating advice, they could go to him for that. I personally, I don't do online dating well at all. Like, it's just not something I'm good at. And yeah, online dating kind of, the only way you talk to girls or for online dating, you're gonna have a rough time. Unless you're good at it, I guess. But it's really difficult to get good at it.
It's super difficult. It's so much easier to meet somebody in real life. I hate to ascribe things to one thing to say that like this is the one reason why something is working, because usually if somebody says only one thing, usually they're full of shit. Usually it's just the thing they care about the most, so they want to sell you on a particular idea. But something that I kind of wonder more and more as I reflect back on my experiences. So I'm bisexual, so I've had experiences with men and women, the vast majority with women. So my sample size with men isn't good. But with all the women I've had maybe one woman ever actually try to like push a boundary in real life. Maybe one woman. Maybe. Kind of. But for men, it's been about half. I've been with less than 10 dudes, but like literally half of those guys have like tried to like go way farther than, and I'm very, very, very clear with like, this is what I'm comfortable with, not do anything like this, boom, boom, boom. And more than half or around half, like in the actual moment, will like try to push more. It's like, are you fucking serious? And I'm a guy, so obviously I don't mind telling somebody, hey, fuck off, or I'm leaving, or like, you need to like this, we're not doing this. But I wonder for women that participate in that online world, especially as I talk to more and more women, it's probably pretty scary to actually meet a guy. And I understand why they get cold feet and why, because there's a lot of women that will go on and just like swipe a lot and never actually do anything. And I know that like the red pill, black pill argument is they just do it to self-esteem boost. But I think it genuinely is like pretty scary on a girl's perspective to actually go out and meet dudes. And I wonder if that's one of the reasons why it's easier in social situations to try to pick up a girl, because she sees you there. She has some rapport established with you. You don't feel like a creepy, anonymous, like online rapist dude. And then, ironically enough, it feels like some of the advice that's given sometimes causes guys to be really aggressive, which in turn like plays into the stereotype that it's scary to meet people online and everything, which makes everything harder for everybody too, you know?
Yeah, I saw a video of you a while back where you said that I feel like society kind of pushes men into trying to get as much as possible from women.
Yeah.
And that can get really weird sometimes. And yeah, this is something I actually learned from you. When I go, like sometimes when I'm trying to bring a girl back home from a date, what I usually do is I ask them like, hey, do you want to go? Because if you say, hey, do you want to go have sex? No one will say yes. You have to find like an excuse, but you both know it's an excuse. So like if I'm like, hey, do you want to go like listen to music at my place? But in the past I would just ask that, but then the girl gets kind of uncomfortable. So now what I do is I'll say, hey, do you want to go listen to music at my place, or do you just want to go for a walk there, or you just want to go like somewhere else? And the other thing is just like a way to give them an excuse to say no, if that makes sense. To like, you know, to
yeah, it's like it's really weird because people will always talk about this online over and over again that like you know, if you're too cautious or whatever, you know, like girls get turned off by that. They just want you to like go for it or whatever. But I mean like I feel like if I ever wanted to be like a professional rapist, like the best way to fuck somebody is to just make them feel like as safe and comfortable as possible. Like generally, like I have never, ever, ever been in a situation where I felt like the girl was a little uncomfortable. So I kind of like pumped the brakes a little bit. I was like, okay, hey, let's just chill let's just chat for 30 minutes or whatever. Or we can go out to eat or grab something first. Like we can chill. I've never been in a situation where I've had that conversation and then the girl is like, okay, I gotta leave. I'm gonna get out of here. Like that's just never happened before. Like I think that overwhelmingly, when a girl is in a sexual situation with a guy, it's not that she necessarily wants to say no, but she wants to feel like if she's going to say no in a circumstance, that you're going to listen to her. And if she doesn't know that, sometimes she'll opt towards either just avoiding the situation entirely, or they'll kind of like freeze up and just go along with anything because they're too scared to say anything. There's like a lot of weird dynamics there. But I feel like especially as the guy in the situation, like the onus is on you to just make them feel as safe and as comfortable as possible. And then it gives them an area to like feel like they can explore and be sexual or whatever. And they're not going to feel like they're going to get pressured in anything weird, or they're not going to feel like if they do say they don't want to do something that there's going to be like a huge fight or argument over it generally.
Yeah, that's something that it's a weird experience I had on like I remember so that relates. I had an experience that really relates to that. I remember so I met this girl in a bar that was close to my place, and I was like, hey, do you want to go for a walk? Heavily implying we're going back to my place. She was like, yeah, sure. On the way there, she's like, we get right in front of like the entrance to my building. She's like, hey, we're not going to your room. Right at the moment I was opening the door, I was about to close the door. I'm like, okay, no worries. And she just like sped through the door, like she just walked in, and I was like, oh, I guess we are going to my room then. So I go into the elevator. She's like, I'm not going to the elevator. Right at the second that I went in, and then she just like speeds through in. Like I was barely at the door. I was about to turn to go back, and she just sped through. And I will go to my floor. She's like, I'm not going into your room. I was like, okay. And then she herself opened my door and walked in, and I'm still confused. Like, you just said no, but why are you like pushing me there, basically, right? And then we get into my room. She's like, she said we're not gonna have sex, but the second I closed my door, she grabbed me and threw me on the bed and started making out with me. And I was like, you're saying no, but you're the one doing everything. I don't know. And it's like I feel like it's a weird thing because socially women feel like a taboo when it comes to sex. So it's like they feel like they have to show they are not like sluts, if that makes sense. And yeah, it can kind of fuck with your mind sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had girls say shit to me, like literally, it almost feels like Seinfeld, where like you'll like for a girl that I used to date, like I would like kind of want to fuck around, but she wasn't really into it, and she'd kind of be like saying no, and then I'd stop and I'd go to sleep, and I'd wake up the next day and she'd be like, oh, like you should have pushed a little bit harder, like I would have, like I wish you would have. I was like, fuck, what? And I was too young at the time to have like a more sophisticated understanding of like navigating those boundaries, and I was just like, that shit would like mind fuck me so much. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? That's like that Louis C.K. skit, like, you know, just rape somebody on the off chance that they're into it or something. One thing that I don't like, I spoke about this on stream yesterday a little bit, that really irritates me with some of the red pill communities, is they're actively creating men that are actively creating women that are, one, not dateable, and two, are incentivized to lie about everything because of the types of men that they're kind of like putting out into the world, right? I don't like that men are incentivized by red pill like pickup artists to fuck as many women as possible and essentially destroy them, because when they're looking for people to date, they want women with the lowest body count possible. And like, that's not a sustainable model for the world, because now you're creating women who like, well, when they go to fuck you, it's scary, because if they do want a relationship with either you or someone else in the future, now they're incentivized to withhold sex as much as possible. And if they are going to talk to you about sex, they're incentivized to lie as much as possible. And it creates this really weird world where it's like, if people just want to fuck, we're creating all of these meta games by creating these weird standards for judging people and dating people, you know?
Yeah. I don't really get the obsession that the red pill side has with a leg count, like a girl's body.
Fucking synergy. I hate this fucking program. Ugh! I'm sorry. Hold on.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm here. What's up?
Yeah. I felt alone for a second.
No, you're good. Go for it.
I was saying that, yeah, I don't get the obsession that the red pill side has with lay counts, but I know their take on it. So, because for me, I've brought that up before. Like, I don't care at all what a girl's lay count is. Like, I don't. A girl who has, like, who had sex with like 1,000 dudes, I don't really care that much compared to like a girl who had, say, like sex with 20 dudes.
Sure.
It's just, I don't know. It doesn't mean much to me. But
to be fair, within reason, right? Like, if a girl was like 21 and had like 700 guys, there's probably some weird shit going on, right? But of course, but yeah, in general, yeah, it shouldn't matter that much.
Yeah, of course, yeah. If you're dating a girl who's like 18, and she's like, oh, I had sex with 200 dudes, you're like, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
But yeah, I know the answer they give to that. It's the Jim Jeffries bit. You know, what's the difference between a slut and a stud?
I don't, but I'm guessing it's probably the same joke as like, what's the difference between like a master key that can open anything and a lock that can, something like that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. When I was in high school, my English teacher told me the analogy of a key that opens many locks is a good key, but a lock that is opened by many keys is a shitty lock. But yeah, looking back, it's very misogynistic. It's a very bad perspective to have, but that's kind of that's what they say. They'll say that it's for a guy to get girls, it requires a lot of skills, it requires looks, it requires a whole lot of factors. While for women, it's about opening your legs up to all the dudes, basically. It's quite W, right? But I feel like it's I don't know. It's because then they'd say that's why they judge when it comes to having sex with a girl, they don't care. But when it comes to having like a partner, like a wife, they find that, if a woman that had a high body count, like a too high body count at like a reasonable age, I mean, not like an 18-year-old, but they'd say that something must be wrong with her for her to feel the need to get that validation from having this much sex. Because it's so easy for her. It's not a struggle like it is for us. So why would a woman even want to do that much? That's what they say.
Yeah. Which is weird because it's like like I think that especially as I get older and I talk to more women, like it seems like growing up, it kind of feels like women don't really like sex that much, and men are the ones that are always pushing for it. But now that I'm a little bit older, well, it actually seems like women really do like sex. Women really do like to fuck. That was the biggest shock I got from going from like high school to college. And it seemed like the games in high school were insane, and in college people were a bit more open. But then when I go back to like the online world, well, now it kind of feels like high school again, where there's like all these weird social games around sex. And I like, even in a perfect world, I imagine there's probably going to be a difference between like how much men versus women pursue sex. But I feel like if a lot of the sexual stuff was destigmatized, I feel like women would be a lot more open and comfortable like exploring it a lot more. It would be way less difficult than it is now for like guys to get laid. But
yeah, it's if women were more comfortable, like that would be much more ideal. And I agree with you too. I feel like the pickup artist side, it's like, I don't know, they are kind of part of a problem, because I feel like, yeah, they incentivize that, they promote that perspective on women being like this, like it's like a woman with a high body count is like this weird thing. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about too. It's that, so I have generalized anxiety disorder, but when I was like 16, I didn't know what that was or anything. So social situations were really difficult for me. And one thing I found out, because I was talking to Alex about it, I was talking to him about that. I was asking him like how do like pick up artists, like how do they overcome that anxiety when talking to girls? And he basically told me that a lot of them have anxiety as well. And what they would do before filming, they would either drink alcohol or they'll take anxiety pills. And that was like a weird moment for me, because I always thought that these guys were like, they socially kind of trained themselves to become these pickup gods that, have no anxiety, that would just walk in public and constantly hitting on girls. Well, the truth is they were either drunk or high. And but it's something that should be addressed more, in the sense of like when it comes to mental health for men. Part of the reasons that men fall for the red pill or for more pickup artist stuff, it's because many of us have like anxiety issues, or maybe some might have autism, or we have like a mental health problem that we cannot find a solution to like outside. So, and the red pill provides like a solution for us.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily wrong to do any of that. You should probably be honest about it. Something that always fucking drives me crazy is I say it drives me crazy. I don't feel like I think in person I'm a very comfortable person. I don't feel any anxiety or anything at all. However, I've noticed that even for girls that I have a sexual history with, that I know are comfortable around me, that are like super chill, a lot of them feel like they want to have a drink before they do anything, which is really strange. Like there are a lot of girls who there'll be a girl that I'll visit, and I've hooked up with this girl like 8 times, and before we go back to the room, she's like, oh, we should get like a bottle of wine or something, and it's like, why? And she's like, oh, I don't know, I just like to have like a drink first, like loosen up. It's like, what do you mean loosen up? What? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. But like that's like a really common thing. That like sometimes people just like to have like a little bit of alcohol to like chill out, or maybe to get out of their head, or a lot of people have like some normal level anxiety or whatever. But yeah, that's always something I found really interesting. I don't know if people talk about that much, but yeah.
Yeah, that's an issue I've had so many times, because I'll bring a girl back to my place and she'll ask me if she could get like an alcoholic drink. But now I feel kind of rapey. Like I'm giving this girl like alcohol while I'm sober, and just so we can, like, I don't know. It always kind of messes with me, because I don't know ethically if it's okay, because it has weird vibes. Like it's like I have to get you alcohol so you become more comfortable. So. But then I'm like, am I? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Mentally,
yeah, I know. I mean, like they're asking for it. That sounded really bad. But I mean, like if they're asking for it, I mean, it's probably fine, right? They literally want, yeah. So I mean, if you're literally getting somebody shit faced to like even get to the part where they'll say yes, that's probably not good. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal or anything. But I always find it kind of interesting that alcohol seems to be like a really important part of like kind of loosening people up to get them in a comfortable mindset for sexual activity. It was interesting to me.
Yeah, and earlier you mentioned that you're bisexual. Like, I remember when I was 13, I had a lot of like attraction to both men and women. but it really fucked with me because I used to be very religious. I grew up in like a really religious kind of society, and I at school every joke was about how like, can I say the F word?
As long as you're sure, just be nice about
Okay,
it.
no, I'm not calling people that. I'm just trying like, so growing up, like people, like if you're, I went to an all boys school, every insult was basically a
Yeah, of
synonym of
course.
faggot.
Yeah. And even
And,
online, that was true back in, I don't know how old you are, I'm 33, but in my early 20s, and mid 20s, and almost late 20s, that was like the, everybody online was called some variation of that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, because I was also in online communities too, and every insult was that. So when I was 13, I convinced myself out of being bisexual into just being straight. I kind of trained myself to be grossed out by it, and like it's kind of weird, but even now, like I've tried to go out with dudes and stuff. It's fun, but mentally, there's a part of me that feels like I'm doing something wrong. Like even though I'm not religious anymore, I'm an atheist now, but the beliefs I grew up with, that sense that like, oh, being gay is wrong in any way, it still fucks with my head a bit.
Sure.
And I don't know if you've had that experience or if you know like what people in that situation could do.
I have no idea. I thankfully, even though I was religious, it's never been a big part of like I wasn't like super sexual before I was like 16. So it's not like it was a big factor back then. I don't know how you would overcome like weird religious hangups. I know a lot of people deal with them, but I wouldn't be able to tell you how to overcome any of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. In a way, I had that conversation with a friend of mine. In a way, though, like having like religious hangups, sometimes in the bedroom, it makes things a lot hotter because you feel like, oh, you're gonna go to hell for what you're doing, and that kind of turns you on even more.
Sure.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about so that's something that Alex Villainchik brought up to you that I don't agree with, but I don't know enough on politics to be able to say anything. So he says that feminism in the past has done a lot of good, like he'll talk about first wave, second wave feminism, but he says that modern feminism has kind of is very anti-men and is taking away the importance of masculinity. And nowadays, the problems that we have with modern men is the rise of feminism. And so basically he'll say that modern feminism is anti-men. But when I think of modern feminism, I always thought of intersectionality. So understanding that, like a white man and a black woman might have differences based on their identity and stuff like that. So to me, intersectionality sounds like common sense, but what he's bringing up is something I don't know that much about. So I just wanted to know, do you think that modern feminism is anti-men and is leading to the downfall of masculinity?
I think there are aspects of it that probably are. I don't know if I would say all of it does. Like, there are definitely some things that we can take from modern feminism that's good. Like, I think there's a good understanding of what it means to be like a toxic man that we desperately needed in society, that I think we've done an okay job at like addressing and getting rid of. But it feels like sometimes it goes a little bit too far in like this idea of like demonizing all masculinity, or we end up not having very many masculine role models, which I think is like not good. So yeah, I mean, like everything in moderation, I guess they say.
Yeah, you were reacting a while back to this panel where there was this woman, Merrick Devil. Merrick something.
Yeah.
She was on a panel talking about men's issues, and the whole panel was spent trashing men. I don't know if you remember that, but it was like
yeah, I think wasn't it literally like a panel about men's issues, and it somehow ended up being turned into a panel about women's issues with men or something?
Yep. Yeah. The whole thing was, and okay, there's a take I have, and it's like, so I am a feminist, I am a man, but I'll say this, a lot of times when I hear male feminists talk about women's issues, I kind of get a very creepy vibe from them.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe this for a long time, but I think it does seem to be true that there is like this stereotype of like the male feminist that literally is only a male feminist because he thinks it'll get him laid, and he ends up being a creepy fuck in real life. And I've seen this enough to know now that like, yeah, fuck, this is a thing. It's pretty fucking annoying, but yeah.
Yeah, because I remember back when I was like my late teenage years, sorry. the new atheist movement became popular on YouTube,
Mhm.
and and I don't know, there were lots of problems with it. But what I found to be funny was that BreadTube, when that became a thing, had the same problems but worse. Like with the amount of Me Too cases were way more than in BreadTube than in the New Atheist, and the problem with New Atheism was also accused of being super white, but BreadTube is way wider. Like people of color in BreadTube complain that they don't get as much visibility as the white people.
Yeah, I kind of
And
joke that once I started doing like a lot of the really red pill shit, and like the dating stuff and like in the more conservative stuff, I'm on panels now with like 5 black people. Like fucking Sneeko, Gideon, the Young Don, and like all these black people. But when I was in like the very left-leaning, like communist, leftist, progressive things, there were like 1 or 2 or 3 black people across the entirety of the community. Everybody else was like shining white. I thought that was like very interesting to notice. You know?
Yeah, yeah, I've noticed that too. And I kind of, so my personal history, so without getting myself in too much trouble, so back in the day, I used to watch this guy called Andy Warski, and he had a French-Canadian co-host.
JF Gary Epi, right?
Yeah, yeah. I used to watch these guys, and I was watching JF debunk Prout and T on some biology stuff. Then he became to race realism. And then one day I was watching him and I realized like that dude hates Jews. That dude's like I don't know, I had like it clicked in my head that I'm watching a racist.
Yeah.
And it forced me to rethink my own positions. And I had heard of you back then because you had a debate with this gamer, JonTron, yeah. You had a debate with JonTron, and all of them were calling you a cuck.
Yeah.
And what was kind of funny, so Andy said you were under investigation for possessing.
For child porn, Ethan Ralph, yeah. A long time ago, I had so people would try to like dox me and shit, and like send tips to the FBI to like claim that I was like trying to kill conservatives or had child porn or shit. And one of the times, the FBI shows up, they ask you questions, they have to follow up. They're like, hey, we've gotten tips about this, like, you know, can you talk to us about this? Like, yeah, of course, come in, chat, we whatever. But when I announced that on stream, I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers are trying to get me like turned in for child porn. Ethan Ralph made an article where he'd written that I was under investigation for child porn, which isn't really true. And that's where that like rumor kind of started. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch the Ralph retort too, but because I just had different beliefs back in the day. But it was like it kind of fucked with my head when I kind of realized how like the extent of JF's views. And there was this question called the 1350 that they brought up that I was like kind of confused by it, and like I don't know, I asked some like real life friends of mine that question, and all of them called me racist for asking it, but no one had an answer.
Yeah.
And you were the one to provide an answer to it. That kind of, and I thought you were like a cuck who's like a pedophile cuck kind of thing, and I didn't like you at first. And then when I had that realization, I tried to find you on YouTube and I started watching your stuff, and then it kind of like provided me a different perspective. But one thing I disagreed with you back then, I think you would change your take on it. You platformed a lot of people on the left that were kind of not bad, but that were like very SJW-y, if that makes sense. And most of these people hate you now too, right? So
yeah, they do, yeah.
So I was wondering, do you feel like back in the day you went too far on one side to the point of like, being like you defended?
It's not that I went too far on one side. It's that I needed to be pushing back. The too far was attacking one side too much and not providing a counterbalance, I think, is the mistake that I made. Yeah, that's what I would say. Like, it's even happened. I have to push back more against incel shit because unironically, like I think a lot of my fan base is starting to become incel because of like anti-women shit that I've been talking about a lot. But yeah, I think that the issue is that like if you push really hard on one thing over and over and over and over again, eventually your community is going to think that the other thing is really cool if you don't say anything about it, and that's kind of the mistake that I made. But yeah, so I try to give like a more reasoned take, or I try to hit on both sides now of issues when I talk about it, because I realize that if I only talk about one side of things, people are going to think that I'm 100% in favor of the other side, even if that's like completely and totally not true.
Yeah, I have a weird similar situation because when it comes to I have a podcast about men's issues in dating, and I talk about dating for men a lot. Uh, the only people that platform me with an audience, when I go on their shows and stuff, I love them. No hate towards any of them. But sometimes, like some people, not all, but like just a few people, will make jokes about gay people, will make jokes about trans people that make me uncomfortable. But I don't know. I'm in a weird situation because no one else will talk about dating.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know at all. I don't know. It's a very, because I'm cool with jokes and stuff, but I worry sometimes that there's more behind the jokes than just than just the jokes.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good when the other people are actually probably hateful. It starts to feel a lot different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I've had that realization a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, I think so. We were talking, and I think I made like a basic kind of just like a gay joke, but I didn't mean anything by it. But I started realizing that the people like joking, taking that joke and continuing it, they weren't joking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing to kind of wanted to ask you about. It's about the trans community. I'm really confused by for example, I don't know what non-binary means, and I feel like societally, transphobia is kind of, it feels like it's acceptable. Like I know like the very left-wing people will complain about it, which is really good, but I worry sometimes that society at large tends to be transphobic. I don't know, and I kind of wanted to know what you think of it.
I mean, I think society's gotten a lot better with trans issues. Way, way, way better. It's just hard because like some of the edge issues now have become like almost mainstream issues, where like whether or not you're transphobic is measured on like how you feel about trans athletes, which is like a very edge case issue that has become like the main part of like the discourse now. So yeah, I think the society's gotten way, 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 way better for trans people, but just in some areas it still lags like a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you for like, it's like a content creator advice. So I was told, like, because I'm very new to this, I was told to like talk to people who have big platforms and stuff to get more of a reach. When it comes to dating for men, outside of pickup artists, outside of the red pill, who else could I talk to?
When it comes to outside of the red pill, who do you talk to for dating advice?
Yeah, that's not like, that's not like this, that's not right wing.
I have no idea. It seems like far left people like tend to just not touch it at all. I don't think they even touch dating advice stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of my issue because I mean I'm on good terms with. I have a lot of friends in the pickup artist movement, and
Era died, I guess, but I think you already do shows with her. She's an interesting person to talk to. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyla and I will be having a chat soon. It's just like scheduling issues. But yeah, what have you seen her debate with? I mean, yeah, you've seen it. Sorry, you were on it. I got you on it, right? The authentic alphas versus.
Yeah, I was on at the very end of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe Kyla was having a bad day, or maybe she had issues, but I don't know because it's hard to know what she was going through. But she like for guy, so I think he's Allende. Just I don't know if you know who Allende is, but there was a viral video where Fresh and Fit were having a podcast, and some guy knocked on their door to come beat them up. I don't know if you've seen that. It was during the ABBA and Preach.
Where they did what? Say that again.
There was a guy that knocked on their door and came in to fight them, to fight Fresh and Fit.
Okay.
It was at the exact same time when ABBA and Preach had drama with Fresh and Fit.
Okay.
I think Preach said he was going to fight Fresh and Fit. I don't know if you've seen that drama.
Fuck, did I? I watched so much Fresh and Fit stuff. I saw the one where the one girl We saw it where he brought a gun. Yeah, we saw one where there was like a girl that threatened to pull a gun, but I don't think we saw I don't know if we saw the other thing. That's when Myron took his gun out? Oh, maybe we did then. Okay, but anyway, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that guy, that's the guy you talk to. It's the guy you talk to, Allende. He's the one who went to Fresh and Fit to beat them up. Like they were gonna fight.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, his take against Not So Every Died was that men and women, so we have our biological like desires, right? So men want pussy, women want dick, I guess. But his take was that what promotes men towards promiscuity is that desire to fuck. While I think he said something about women being more kind of the submissive because biologically you're more inclined to be you receive as much instead of like being more like assertive. While Every Diet was saying that no, it's actually socially based. It's very socially based, and it was an evolutionary psychology kind of debate. But Kyla got really mad very quick. Like I think because Allende said something about how women are not as not intelligent, but biologically kind of inferior in some ways to men, and that just pissed her off. And I think from the get-go she just got really mad. I wanted to know, how would you have approached that debate?
The problem is that like sometimes it's not always the position that's being stated. It could be the tone or how it's said. So I would really have to hear the conversation, have like a good take on what exactly was being said. Otherwise it's hard to because when I shut up last night to try to like get in between these two people when they were having a conversation, it sounded like they didn't even disagree that much. They were just having problems communicating with each other, Erudite and the other guy. So yeah, I don't know. I'd have to hear how the conversation going down to hear why people are getting like really upset. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because you came in, you just like you got them to agree in like 5 minutes while they were arguing for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much most of the questions I had. And let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, the last question, and then I'll head out. You had a thing about where you talked about how neediness is the worst thing you can be. Like you can be really hot, but if you're needy, like you'll do like it's like anti-game the pickup artist. That's what they'd say. It's like you'll ruin all your chances. And there's an example of that with Adam Levine. I don't know if you've seen what happened to him recently.
No, but I feel like have we seen? I suck at names so much. Did we look at Adam Levine stuff recently? No, I don't think so. Oh, so wait, is this the one where he like fucked a coworker or some dumb shit or like an employee and people get really mad? There's like 4 or 5 different scandals going on right now. With maybe him, with the boy in a band, with some other fucking Try Guys. I'm not following. Like, there's like so much random shit happening right now that I'm... Yeah. Oh, no, that's Try Guys. Oh, sorry. Fuck. Okay, I just looked up Adam Levine and I saw it was something different. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not... there's like 20 different things going on right now. I'm not following like any of them, yeah.
And so basically, Adam Levine, he cheated on his wife with this girl who he met on Instagram. And then a lot of other women were showing the DMs that... Because Adam Levine, what he does, he goes on the explore page whenever he finds a girl who's twerking or who's doing workouts, but like that's filmed in a sexy way. He'll slide in their DMs.
That's a base. Sometimes I'll see one and I'll like a picture, but sliding in DMs, that's shameless. Damn, I should try that. But okay, yeah, go ahead.
He slid in the DMs. Like one girl, he was like I love that ass of yours. I wish I could talk to it. Like.
Nice.
Yeah, he doesn't do it. But the thing, so he kind of got in trouble because he just sent a bunch of weird messages like that, and everyone just leaked it. And that kind of showed the. It was a weird thing because you'd expect Adam Levine to not need to do any of that stuff. If he wants to get laid, he can just look into his DMs or. Most of these girls will probably have sex with him just because he's so famous and he's good looking and he's a good artist. He has such high status. And why do you think that even like people, either like him or worse people, like the super horrible people like Harvey Weinstein and stuff, who could be easily getting laid, just fuck it up that bad?
Dude, I don't know. This is a question I've always had. I feel like there's confidence issues on a lot of people. There's a lot of guys, I say this a lot, there's a lot of guys that are really rapey in the industry. It's like, you don't have to be rapey, dude. You can fuck so many people. But even as a pretty attractive or pretty famous guy, though, you probably still have to approach. It's funny because we joke all the time about how, like, well, women, like, you know, women can fuck a million guys and blah, 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 blah. But a lot of women don't even have the confidence or seem to know that, which is weird sometimes too. Which is, it's even harder to understand with like Tinder shit, but like there are a lot of girls that will message me and we'll chat for a while, and then eventually like the conversation will turn sexual, blah blah blah, and like this girl will say shit like, oh yeah, like I followed you for like 2 years, and I was like, damn, why didn't you message me sooner? It's like, oh, I didn't know if you'd like me. Like this girl's like like an 8 out of 10. You're a super hot girl. What do you mean you don't think, like, you could have just messaged me a picture of your tits and I'd be ready to fuck you? Like, what are you talking about? And I'll talk to a lot of girls that are like that have no idea that, like, oh yeah, well, I didn't know if you loved me. And I was like, you're fucking insane. What do you mean? So even girls that are like reasonably hot will have like just really weird hangups or issues where they might think that, like, so even on like the really popular sexy guys, they might not be getting approached as much as some people think they would be, just because girls have their own weird hangups. And like, yeah, I don't know, everybody has, it's so complicated because everybody has hangups and issues that they're worried about when it comes to like approaching people and everything. It's like super weird.
Yeah, and have you heard of the Harvey Weinstein tape? The one where he was begging a girl to come to his room?
No, I haven't.
Like, he wasn't like in the hotel room. There was this woman who was like, she was saying, oh, I don't know if I want to go into the room. And he was like, please come to my room or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think you're right on that. But yeah, I heard Alex said you'll be going on his show, you know, the Monday one.
Yeah, which is a big mistake, but I think that something that is really important is I think that guys sometimes feel like they should be able to score with every girl, but I think picking the people that you go after is really important. So like I have a really high success rate generally with the people that I chase, but it's because I'm pretty selective and I know like generally what a girl is into or not into. Like if I go into a club in Miami, I'm probably gonna like I'm gonna miss every single time. Like I'm gonna walk out with no girls like for months and months straight. But like if I'm like generally sticking within like girls that have like certain academic interests or that are kind of like nerdier or into like online shit or whatever, like I feel like I could do pretty well here because these are like more my type of people. But the issue is that, like, obviously if you're giving advice about dating or anything related to it online, people will judge you by like certain interactions. So Alex emailed me and he asked me to go on that show last week. I was like, yeah, sure. And he throws me onto the show and immediately I hop in and this girl is like, can't barely speak English. And I'm like, oh, fuck me, dude. Like I speak quickly. A lot of my humor is very dry and sarcastic. And these are like the worst combinations of things for like English second language people. It's like, well, fuck. So like, yeah, all the girl, but I did watch a little bit later though. There was a girl that came on after that, I think, or the next day, who was more up my alley. But I don't know. I mean, it's fun to like try it. I don't mind it as much. It just gets a little bit like weird when some like people will start typing like, oh, like Destiny doesn't know anything, like blah 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 blah, because like he talked to this one girl that's like this Venezuelan like dancer and she wasn't interested at all. And Destiny but it's like, okay, whatever, dude. Yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Do you want some feedback on that, on your performance in the speed dating show?
On the was she Venezuelan or Colombian?
Yeah. She was Colombian but lives in Bolivia.
Oh, I think she was Bolivian, but the other girl was Colombian, right? Maybe, I don't know, but okay, yeah, but go. Yeah, sure, if you want to, yeah, go for it. What's up?
Yeah. So yeah, firstly, one of the things I wanted to do when coming here was to flex that, you know, I beat Destiny in a speed dating game. You know,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna title the video like Destiny got destroyed by me in the speed dating game.
True.
It's an old meme from 2016,
yeah.
but I don't know if you can still use it. Yeah, so I know what you were going for because I know you're a humorist because I've watched a lot of your content.
Mm-hmm.
But when talking to girls like her who don't speak English well at all, it's like a lot of the sarcasm and stuff, like she won't get it because it's just different language barrier.
Sarcasm is really hard to pick up, like for English second language people. It's a very difficult thing to understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you one of the few pickup artist advice that I still use to this day, but it worked really well. It's like a secret I have, you know, but just don't share it with anyone. But
okay, gotcha.
It's called the DTR: discover, tease, relate. Like you could ask a girl like, "Oh, where are you from?" If she says like, "Oh, I'm from I don't know, like some country," just be like, "Are you like is it true what they say about girls who are from that place and just make up something? She'd be like, oh, what did they say? Just say something like, oh, like you girls tend to be kind of full of yourself, or you girls tend to be like super like you love like dancing a lot. I don't know, you come up with some stuff, and she'll burst out laughing. She'll be like, oh yeah, I know people like that, or I'm not like that, or she'll say something like that. And then so that's the teasing part. So you discovered, you tease, and then you need to conclude by telling her like, oh no, I'm kidding. You know, I actually like I've been to this country. I really love it. I had this food there, whatever. I love the culture and all that. And now in the end, she kind of felt like, oh, you listened to her, you teased her a bit, she laughed a bit, but in the end, you relate to her, so she'll kind of connect with you more. So yeah, if next time you go on the show, just try to do the DTR thing, just discover, tease, and relate. I don't know if it's manipulative, but I don't know. It's I learned it when I was 18, and to this day, I find it still works.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, buddy.
But yeah, oh, will we see you on another speed dating show?
Yeah, I'll probably come by again. It's fun.
Yeah, I know we were talking about this last time, but I'd love to see. So you versus Abba versus, I don't know, Sneeko or something. I guess no longer Sneeko because it's fine, but
jeez,
like you versus Abba speed dating contest. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on. Is it okay before I leave to just plug
go
myself?
for it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I'll send you the link if you could like just share the link.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I have a YouTube channel where I talk to content creators and models about dating and lifestyle. Last week I had Alex Vilenchik, and who's like from Playing with Fire. And a few days ago I had a fashion model talking to me about like dating advice for men and women. And I have an Instagram model coming on to talk about similar topics this Saturday. And yeah, so I'll be talking to content creators from different sites. If you're interested to learn more about dating and lifestyle, just find my YouTube channel. It's a Vikslife, VIKSLIFE on YouTube. And I have an Instagram as well, but it's my personal Instagram. But if you all could follow me on there, so when I slide in girls' DMs, they find that I have a lot of followers, so I'm kind of cool. You can follow me on Instagram at Viksplan, VIKSPLAN. And if anyone wants to meme with me in DGG, I'm Viksplan in DGG as well. So yeah, thank you very much for having me on, man.
Cool. All right, well, hey, thanks a lot. You can send me those links and I'll plug them in chat, so.
All right,
yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good one, dude.
Goodbye.
Bye. I did the same calcs last night. Straight Petro has the highest yield, although the intermediate recipes can have higher output rate if you can process fast enough. So base decade, does the crude have the highest yield when you take into account the productivity modules? That's my question. Because if I do 100 crude oil to 70 heavy and 30 light, and then I do 70 heavy and I crack that to light with a production or with a productivity module, and then I do the light to petro with a productivity module, did you do those calculations? That's the question. Crude becomes better at productivity 4. Get the factory planner mod, it does all the math for you. Well, what's the point of that? Oh, sorry, I didn't do it with any modules. Oh, well then fuck you, you fucking cuck. What is this?
I don't know. Like, I just wanted to not really feel it. And I just kind of like was like, oh, whatever, like my fault. Like, shouldn't have done that. Like, shouldn't have gone to that party. Shouldn't have.
Oh, cool. It's super fucking quiet again. Good job. Oh, wait, never mind. That was me. My bad.
Right after that, and like not even a month later, is when the situation happened with the streamer. And even when I was at that party, I'm like, okay, I'm with my friends and I'm safe. Like, these are the people I went with, and these are the people who are going to be with me throughout the night. So these people are going to protect me. And they did, because, you know, things happened that were bad, but, like, I don't want to say it could have been worse because people use that as an argument. Well, he didn't do all this, so it doesn't make it okay. But the people that were there to protect me and keep an eye on me that night ended up doing so, and I'm really grateful for that. because like, my mind wanders all the time of like, it could have been worse. But it still doesn't make my feelings invalid. It still doesn't make it okay. And that's what I feel like a lot of people fail to realize.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How you doing right now?
I'm okay. I don't know. Honestly.
Okay.
It just feels like
time teenage girls have been getting pregnant on. It is not. In fact, ever since the beginning of time, teenage girls have been getting pregnant. It used to be more common. The peak, ever since they started keeping records of these things, which they only started doing recently, like in the 20th century, but ever since they started keeping records, in 1957 was the peak for teenage pregnancy. 1957. Not 2009,
well, back
not
then,
today.
All of them were supposed to have kids. Like, that's when you had kids.
That's my point, okay? So to all of a sudden act like this phenomenon of girls getting pregnant at a young age that we consider young, 16 or 17, to act like it's a new thing is ridiculous. It's always been that way. Even biologically, and this is me just stating, right now I'm going to start by just stating facts. So fact number one, it's not a new phenomenon. Fact number two, in fact, it's a phenomenon that was more common earlier in history, and for the first 6,000 to 10,000 years of human existence, it was a normal thing. Fact three, girls between the ages of like 17 and 24 is when they're technically most fertile.
Yeah.
Okay? That's biological. That's a fact, all right? I'm just stating facts. That's all I'm doing. But what happened recently, and this is the fourth fact, recently in the last 30 years or so, we decided that that's way too young to start a family.
Why?
And because now
divorce rates would probably go up, and once you're that young, you can't really make sure that you know.
No,
girls are no.
Girls were getting married early, and marriages were lasting longer. You very rarely hear about like these relationships that go to their what is it, your diamond anniversary, your 50th anniversary, and all this. That's a dying breed of people out there.
Yeah, and those were all people that got married very young. That's why
they're still alive.
Yeah, that's why you can have someone in their 70s who's celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary because they got married when they were teenagers. So what I'm saying is that the problem is not per se teenage pregnancy; it's unwed pregnancy. That's the problem in society. It's only problematic when you are not married and you don't have the man there to help you take care of the kids because he's a coward. And the reason why we have that now are for two reasons. Because we have in current society, we live in the age of extended adolescence.
Matt Walsh is an idiot. There's so many good things to criticize him for.
It is not. In fact,
God, fuck, I hate these people. I hate all of these fucking people. Matt Walsh is an idiot, but he's not advocating for the impregnation of girls as young as 16. That's not what he's saying. Oh, dude, I hate all of these fucking people that do media and alternative media and everybody. Why can't anybody just honestly phrase like what somebody's saying? Why just give the honest argument? Like what Matt Walsh is saying here, there's stuff to criticize here that's stupid, but he's not saying that, he's not advocating for the impregnation of 16-year-old girls.
hard it was for me, and you've expressed similar things that have happened to you, and then it's like, then it just feels like you weren't really listening. It feels like they weren't really listening, or they just didn't really care. And I understand, because it's like,
okay,
I really
if we do 100
understand
crude,
putting your career first, because I was unfortunately like trying to save my career when it first came out, and the woman gave me like an ultimatum, like, oh, like, you want to protect your career, or you want to say the full thing.
I mean, actually, you don't have to name people, but
yeah,
I'm not asking
the person in the room, the boardroom.
Okay,
people.
got it. Okay, so I was like, which the
So
woman?
when I was given that ultimatum, I guess I was semi-selfish in trying to meet in the middle because I did want.
Can you give a currency church to OPEC? How does OPEC slashing oil production by
I
2 million
still
barrels a
wanna
day
say
help
something,
Putin? I have
but
no
still
idea.
wanna
I'd have
protect
to-
my career, and I guess
My brain is in
I couldn't
Factorio. That's the only oil I care
continue
about right
to,
now, okay?
Because then it just ended up both things going down the drain. I ended up losing both. I wasn't able to say my full truth, and my career went down the drain because I was blacklisted from these events, and rumors were spread about me. And it's really unfair because I lost a lot of friends that I originally moved across the country for. And it's really sad. Like, I moved all the way here just for me to lose these friends because somebody decided to touch me when I was asleep. Like, it's so clear cut. It's like, I was asleep. Like, I was asleep. Like, I don't understand how people are like, well, blah, blah, blah. Like, they try to put me in any other situation. I was literally asleep. Like, I try to emphasize that so much because I don't feel like people are listening. And, like, when I hear people go against it, it's like, what? Like, I was asleep. Like, how is there any way that I could have consented when I was asleep? So that was just really frustrating. But the main thing that was really frustrating is hearing these rumors about me. And like, one of the rumors I heard from someone I have not even talked to, who ended up being close friends with that person. I heard it from a friend, so it was like, gave a telephone, but I heard that I am like a whore who tries to sleep with all the Austin streamers, and that like I'm a slut and a whore and just or a bitch or whatever, and they just try to like say these really hard things about me because they want to make a reason for it to be okay.
For what to be okay?
They want to make a reason for me being touched when I was asleep to be justifiable in their mind, because they know their friend fucked up, but they don't want, instead of being like, dude, fuck you, to like the person who did it, they're just finding reasons to hate me and make it okay that it happened to me. In their own brain, in whoever else's brain, like, oh, well, it's okay that happened to her because she's a bitch. That's okay that it happened to her because she tries to sleep with Austin streamers. And I shouldn't even have to go and say this, but I have not slept with a single Austin streamer in my life, which is like insane that like there was such a rumor going around that was the case. So
what I'm just to kind of clarify, so it sounds like you heard a rumor and you're trying to make sense of who would start this rumor and what they must be thinking.
Yeah.
But if I'm hearing this and if this is because I'm just kind of noticing that there's like a lot of like low quality information floating around, right? Like people like rumor mills and this and that. But I'm not hearing, and you feel very confident that you've been blacklisted.
Yeah. I was like not super confident. It was just speculation up until one of my friends at the time, we were just having a good time and he just randomly said this. I'm like, what? Why didn't you tell me this before? But he said to me, oh yeah, like I got a message from the person who touched me when we were streaming together, saying that he was really triggered that I was hanging out with you and never to do that again. And then I was like, what the hell? And then recently I ended up seeing those screenshots for the first time, and it's like, Jesus Christ. And then after I came out about it, it was more of like a wave of people being like, yes, I was told not to hang out with you. Yes, here's a screenshot of me being told not to hang out with you. Like, I just, all of my like theories in my head after that one thing that was told to me confirmed came true. And I just heard this wave of people saying like, I was told not to hang out with you, this and this, here's a screenshot. And it was just really sad that they never said anything before. But now that it was like popular for me to speak my truth instead of to keep quiet about it, it was easier to say.
I see. So is your career as a streamer, like, is it GG? How do you see it now?
Sorry.
Well, I have like a 9 to 5 right now, but I'm not going to give up on content creation because I love content creation and I'm not doing it for the numbers. It was really awesome to be able to do it for a full-time job, but I'm not doing it for the numbers. I'm doing it because I love it, you know. And a lot of people come into my chat, and this is something recent. Like, I got a lot of viewers, obviously, when I was addressing the situation initially, and then I went kind of back down. And a lot of people have been like, here's your view count. Good job trying to clout farm, whore. And it's like, bruh. Like, at the end of the day, I love to stream, and I love my community. Like, and I love making videos and YouTube videos. It's, like, not something I'm just gonna give up, you know?
Destiny, I never
like
see you
I
push
pay
back against
attention
claims
to
of patriarchy
numbers,
yet.
I
Your
do it for the
usual
numbers.
depiction of
I'm not gonna
society is
sit
one
here
of
and run
nuance,
around
where
and
men
be
have
like,
both some advantages and disadvantages.
this
How do you reconcile the
many
two, and
viewer
should you?
Andy, you should respect me.
I think that men have generally for a long time been like in the dominating force, like the dominant power, like have had most of the advantages. There are definitely disadvantages and advantages, but men for the most part have gotten the better end of the deal, I would say, for sure. But I don't know if it depends on the argument I'm having, whether or not it's worth getting into that or not.
It's just fun. Like, the people I met through streaming is really, like, kind of wholesome. And, like, a lot of people, like...
Multi-cracking gets you
being able to
10%
make
more
those
petrol with Prod
connections
Module 3?
is
I don't
really
think that's true.
awesome.
Fuck
Like,
you, I
my
just did the
best
math.
friend, she lived in Chicago before this, and then I made
Fuck
her move
you,
down
does
here
it?
with me. So now we're, like, twin. But, like, we hang
miss
out
something?
and, like, have fun and stuff. And... like a lot of people that I met through streaming, like, and my other friend moved here. Like, a lot of people that I like really love and like care about moved here, and I get to hang out with them. And
The image you looked at proved it? Was it using space exploration
yeah,
things?
but
Because
I've always loved video. Like, video is my main passion.
So I think space
because I even
exploration
went
is
to
different
film school
ratios.
Because I was like, well, if I'm not gonna be a YouTuber, I might as well edit movies or something. So.
And do you feel like, Adriana, you're how do you feel about our conversation today?
I feel like I feel like
fine, fuck you. I'm just gonna do all of it as
anxious, I guess. Like, I feel like I'm glad. Like, I feel like we touched on a lot of topics so far that were really good, that I didn't even realize. But I also feel like anxious because I'm just waiting for someone to clip anything I said and be like, well, look at this. So, but I guess that's just something I need to get over because it's gonna happen for a while now.
I was gonna say I find it. I've been trying to steer clear of clippable stuff, but I mean, of course, there's always something. But
There's always gonna be something.
but I mean,
okay.
it wasn't. I've certainly done worse. I'll say that.
Okay.
Is it okay if I just kind of share with you like what I heard from you about this conversation and maybe like just add a couple of my own thoughts? And then if there's anything that's, I think we're having this conversation for kind of like important reasons with a capital
Yeah.
I. And so I just want to make sure that we kind of touched on everything that we needed to with sufficient depth, because we still do have some time. And if there's something like more that we need to dive into or talk about, I'd love to do that. So the first thing is that it sounds like you've had your own personal struggle with all of this experience around sexual assault, around dealing with guilt, dealing with shame, thinking about what you could have done differently. Once again, a lot of that sort of almost like not holding other people responsible at the very beginning and really focusing on what you could have done, which is very natural, by the way. And there's actually like brain science that explains why we do that. And so it sounds like you had sort of come to some degree of peace, but then what I'm kind of really noticing, or what I felt like I heard, is that it felt to me like you got strapped into a roller coaster and then the roller coaster started moving. And then you didn't really like, you weren't like, there's no wheel on a roller coaster. It's not, you know, it ain't no Mario Kart. There's no steering wheel. It's once you board. So even like the initial disclosure that there was a sexual assault was like not your choice. People are kind of entering your space and telling you how it's going to be. You know, I'm going to try to do my best to give people kind of the benefit of the doubt. And as you know, I'm not hearing threats per se, but more like, hey, you need to really think about what you're going to say and like how it could be perceived, because like this is the world that we live in. And there's a lot of like, you know, drama farming and clout chasing and all this kind of stuff. But I'm really kind of just feeling like the conversation just got taken out of your hands and became particular things. Then people are weighing in. And then you didn't want to like disappoint anyone, right? You didn't want to like get on anyone's blacklist, which you've managed to do anyway.
Yeah, and in trying to take the middle, I just end up
and
falling.
Yep. And I have some thoughts about that I'll share in a second. But and then I think that there's just a lot of like and then once it kind of came out, you know, then there's all the victim blaming that goes on and,
hold on
and
one
things
sec.
like that.
Okay.
Like with you, you know, and so I think sometimes that can like I've seen that kind of thing happen, and I kind of want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I think that that's one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum is people will try to pick apart your story, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, if you were asleep, how did you even know? You know, and they'll operate in a lot of different ways because they're having, you know, because they don't believe you or they don't believe their friend is capable of something like this. And I think that also goes to, you know, we think about people as good people or bad people, but I think most people think of themselves as good people.
True.
And I
Destiny
think
Watcher.
A lot of people will do bad things, and they'll do it because they thought they were doing right.
Well.
Or that it was acceptable or whatever. And
Or
I
that
think
they won't get
sometimes we
caught.
forget that good people can commit sexual assaults. What we think of as good people. And
Yeah. Because most, sorry to interrupt, but most sexual assaults are like, people think like, oh my gosh, like you're gonna get pulled into an alley and someone's just gonna like take advantage of you right then and there. But it's like most sexual assaults are people that like, you know, like it can be anybody like that, you know, it's a coworker, friend, a teacher, whatever. Like it's not usually, well, like there's a very low like percentage of it that is just like alley, dark alley, whatever. But a lot of it is mostly by people that the victim knows. So
yeah, absolutely. So I think about 2/3 of sexual assaults are committed by people that know them, and usually also not even necessarily like distant acquaintances, but oftentimes friends, a family, bosses, employees, coworkers, like people that you may even know well. And so just kind of going back to like what I kind of
Not at DGG LLC. We have a 0% rape
incidence.
incidence. Very safe place to work at for women.
Stuff like that. It kind of
We
like
love
brings
women
up
here.
for you like all the shame and guilt and stuff that you have already dealt with.
yeah, for sure.
And then what happens is people make you responsible for ruining someone's career. It's not the act that they committed.
Yeah.
And I've
Literally.
seen that in you know, very closely as a clinician, and even in terms of families, like, oh my God, you're tearing this family apart. If you say something like that, it'll tear the family apart. And it's like, what I think what tore the family apart is sexual assault.
Yeah.
And and then it sounds like there was, there have been consequences for you, very real consequences. I'm also hearing that it's been a challenge for you from a, and now I'm going to kind of focus a little bit more on just things that I heard you say and just how you kind of approach stuff. So I'm hearing that there's weak Adriana. Weak Adriana doesn't. Weak Adriana feels things, but also doesn't get stuff done, because you can't feel things and get shit done at the same time, right? Those are like there's like strong Adriana who gets things done, and weak Adriana who does not get things done.
Yeah.
And even then, I mean, I think I mentioned something about, I don't get the sense that anyone's like looking out for you in a weird way, like yourself included. It sounds to me like, oftentimes what can happen in people who have experienced trauma is like they just learn early on that they're not worth it, that you don't have value. So like, who cares about what, you like, people will just be taught that we don't care about what you want. Like, oh, like here's Adriana having a breakdown, being hospitalized for psychiatric reasons, and you're making it all about you and your attention seeking. Oh my God, you're doing it for attention. So I'm just trying to imagine if you're 14 years old or whatever and something like that happens, like what do you think
Does
about
DGG hate
how
Dr. K now? Well, there's a lot of Max fans in here that hate Dr. K, so probably. There's an annoying thing that you guys do. I don't know how to get you out of it, but like anytime there's somebody you don't like, every single thing they say becomes not true. You did it to the women yesterday on that show. People are doing it to Dr. K right now. Dr. K's not saying anything controversial whatsoever right now. One of the most irritating things sometimes about like sexual assault is you are the least important thing about the sexual assault. Like, well, if you say this, it's going to damage this person's career. It's going to tear this friend group apart. It's going to have these ramifications for these people. Like, are you sure this is really the right to blah, blah, blah? Like, usually you're the last person that matters to a lot of people in the sector. That's not controversial at all. It's like the least controversial thing ever. But because some of you guys are like huge Dr. K haters now for whatever reason, now it's like everything he says is super controversial. Like,
yeah, I mean, this past time it was pretty important to me, but it being like quiet for a while just reinforced those feelings like nobody cares, like nobody cares about me, and those feelings are really reinforced as like friends just started to drop. And it's like I express the feelings to my friends in private a lot, and I sometimes I feel like I would just talk about it too much because I would just be so hurt by it. And it made me realize like when I did do it for me and when I did express these feelings for me, people didn't care either. So I always told myself, when I get bigger as a content creator, I'm going to come out about it for me. But I ended up being granted an opportunity to talk about it without having to become a bigger creator in the first place. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity, but it's, I'm still facing repercussions regardless, and I still would. And I had to realize that, but it's better than like suffering in silence and seeing that person continue to do things towards women, because the main thing that just made me most uncomfortable was hearing that like he was also continuing that behavior towards multiple other women. And that's when I really like just took it upon myself, like this isn't for me anymore. And I feel good having my story being out, but it's not really for me. And the main reason the main thing I think about.
Yeah, I think that I think a lot of sexual assault victims have come forward and have made the world a better place because of that.
I mean, I feel like, sorry to interrupt, but I feel like that really helped me realize like what happened to me was wrong in terms of like other incidents, because when the Me Too thing came out originally, I think it was like 2017.
How much water a day do you drink? As much as
like
my
with
body
Hollywood
needs.
and everything. I was reading some of the stories and I was like, wait, what? Like this, really? Like this isn't okay? And it made me, like, I was able to process the fact that I got sexually assaulted when I was 14. I was able to process that at 17 and realize, like, yo, that wasn't okay. Because for those years in between, I'm just sitting there, like, telling myself, like,
Grateful to be alive.
I really liked him, you know, like,
Press 1,
it's
chat.
okay that he did that to me.
Wake up happy, grateful to be alive, easy clap.
There's no way you're eating that much oil. Is that what you eat in the morning? 2 cups of vegetable oil, you eat that?
No, I eat 1 pancake.
Grateful to be alive.
Isn't it, I could be totally wrong. Isn't vegetable oil, like, generally, like, pretty chill? Does it really matter that much? I have no idea. I thought that, like, if you want to lube pans up, then you use vegetable oil. But if you want to lube pans up and you want it to taste good, you use butter. I always thought vegetable oil was, like, the chill version of buttering everything. Because if you want to make stuff taste good, I don't know if you use oil at all. I think you just fucking use butter for fucking everything. For steak, for pancakes, for literally everything. You just butter the fuck. I thought oil was supposed to be like the good alternative. I have no idea. Maybe not.
Normal, and it felt like by the time I was in a relationship,
Oil
with
is the
someone
most
for 9
calorie dense
months
stuff you
before
can
we
eat.
ever
Canola
did
oil is the best.
anything.
Gotcha.
And when I did, it was just
1 cup of vegetable oil is 2,000 calories.
so
I don't think
hard.
I've ever used a cup of vegetable oil ever. Usually you just pour a little to dial up the pan and then you like spread it around. I don't know what a cup of oil looks like, I guess.
didn't. My body didn't react to it very well, so it made me realize, like, why is this happening? Like, is this normal? Like, am I just gay? Like, I had a feeling I was like bi at the time, but I was like, damn, like, am I just gay? Like, I don't understand. Like, why is this happening? I didn't understand until I was 17, like a year after, because then we ended up breaking up. But I was 17 and I read the bottom Me Too stories, and I'm like,
Oil maxing, true.
and I like realized how other people processed it, and I read a lot about it, and I was like, oh my god, like this thing that happened to me when I was 14, like that wasn't okay. It wasn't okay. And all these years I just tried to make it seem okay. But
yeah, I think one of the most unfortunate things after traumatic experiences, especially sexual ones, is, you know, you feel not okay, but you should feel okay, and then what you end up doing is contorting yourself to like fit back into society, right? Because like there's a part of you that's sort of like twisted out of shape, and then like you're like, wait, this is twisting out of shape, it doesn't feel right on the inside. But instead of like twisting it back into shape, we twist the rest of us. And then when we try to plug back in, we don't fit.
yeah.
And then it causes all kinds of problems, like, you know, romance, intimate relationships.
Do you think
things
this is
like
going to be
that.
enough?
And the biggest problem is that we don't really know, like,
Or should
and
I do
then
2
since we've
rows?
like twisted out of shape and we don't fit, then it becomes an us problem. Like, it's my fault now that I'm so fucked up I can't,
Or I should do 1 more
you know,
module.
connect with another
That's what we
human
should do.
being. Like, I should be able to do this. Like, what's wrong with me? When what really starts is that original problem. And then we start to take ownership of the whole thing. And the other thing, I really appreciate you sharing all of your perspectives and experiences, because I think, honestly, Adriana, this is not talked about enough. So one of the most bizarre things is, like, you know, we talk about
Vegetable
sexual
oil is more
assault
calories than butter
as
for the
if it's
same amount. Well, then why the fuck do some people use vegetable oil?
Whereas, honestly, the most, like, clinical, this is an anecdotal experience, but the most common reaction that I see from people is something that you said earlier, which is, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Because butter burns over medium
And, like,
heat.
people don't realize that that is kind of like a very common reaction.
Weird. Okay. Because
And
they're
then it's
vegetarian.
like-
Olive oil is super tasty.
People say, like, oh, well, you said it was whatever before, and now you're saying something about it, and it's like,
Not everything is good when it tastes like butter. Is that true though? I thought butter was like salt and pepper. Can't you add butter to almost anything and it'll taste better?
The first twit longer, obviously,
Is that a Midwestern thing? Is that an American thing?
We ended up agreeing to say, like, I was obviously persuaded to say that it was harassment, not assault. And it's crazy that everyone's like, you changed your story, you changed your story. The story is still the same. It's just there's more vocabulary words this time. And because it's the same story, I was touched, my chest was touched. Like, my chest region was touched. It said that the first time.
Oh, chest or
Sorry for
chest
not saying
region?
Boob the first time, because I guess I should have said boob the first time for people to take me seriously.
Booba.
Because all
That's
the
not
facts were
appropriate.
there.
I'm sorry. Just
It
kidding.
just said, oh, well, it's sexual harassment instead of assault or whatever. Because I was asked to put that in there. But then it's like running someone over in your car, but then telling someone like, oh, I didn't run them over. And it's like, well, I see right there that you did. Well, I didn't. Oh, then it must be true. Then what you're saying must be true. Because I literally said my chest was touched. But then there's my little Cliff side note that was asked to be put in there. This is assault or harassment, not assault. And then everyone's like, oh, well, you did just tell us you got assaulted, but you just said it's harassment, not assault. So we're just going to take that and run with it. It's like, and now people are like, well, you're changing your story. And it's like, I'm really not. Like, go read the first twit longer again. I'm just being more expressive of how it made me feel and saying boob instead of chest this time, because I guess that makes it more valid for people.
Put in the sick call slip initially. I had been telling officers for days that I hadn't been feeling well, but I didn't know what it was. But I felt that I had to put in the sick call slip because I was not able to taste anything. That is the reason why I was seen by nurses. That is the reason why the COVID test was administered, and that's why I'm on the protocol as we speak.
Are you willing to discuss with me what tests were done? Again, I cannot obtain that information on my own.
I'm not a nurse, Your Honor. I don't know the name of the test. I don't, like I said, I've never had this happen.
Let me clarify that. That was a pretty ambiguous question. So, you reported symptoms as that's what you're telling me, right?
Correct.
And you're saying some tests were done?
I mean, that it's obvious. I mean, why can't it be verified with the nurse?
I have to verify it with you. The nurse will not provide me with this information.
But the jail can, because they control the movement. They control all inmate movement. I can't just go from my cell to a HSU.
Inmate movement is not the issue
It's
at the
HIPAA,
moment.
I think, right?
But I'm saying, how can I tell you, how can I answer what you're asking me? It doesn't make sense. We all understand that the jail itself controls the movement of the inmates. That's common sense, Your Honor.
I'm not here to talk about inmate movement at the moment. What I'm asking you is, do you believe you were tested for COVID?
I obviously was tested for COVID. I would not be on the protocol if I was not.
Do you know what type of test? Was it an oral swab, a nasal swab?
It was a nasal swab.
All right. Do you know when the results of that test will be back?
From my understanding, Friday. That's what I was told by the doctors. I would have to be at least on this protocol until the results come back, which he said the earliest would be Friday.
Were you offered a rapid test?
They said they do not do the rapid test.
So you weren't offered a rapid test?
They said they don't do them.
If one can be obtained, are you willing to submit to a rapid test?
I'm not willing to submit to anything right now until we take care of the issues that's at hand. I mean, I've already been placed on the protocol. Frankly, I'm very afraid right now because I don't know what's going on. This is new to me. Like I said, I'm fully vaccinated, Your Honor. I've been fully vaccinated since 2021. And so for this to just be sprung on me now to say this could possibly be a COVID thing, I've had people close to me that have passed away from COVID. I'm afraid as hell, Your Honor. That's the reason why I submitted the ICF for the adjournment. I was thinking at least until I can get the results at bare minimum. I don't think I'm asking something that's
Sir,
impossible for
if
Your
I
Honor
can
to
make
grant.
arrangements to have a rapid test brought to you and administered, are you willing to submit to that test?
Not at this time.
Why not?
Not at this time.
Why not?
Why can't I get the results for the test I already took?
But you're telling me you're scared? You're
Yes,
fearful?
I am.
But you don't
very.
want to take a test that might
I
tell
took,
you today?
I took the test that he gave me.
And
if
you're
he
telling me
felt-
that test result won't be available to you until at least Friday?
At least Friday, that's what I was
So
told.
tomorrow.
I was told that I would be
Sorry,
placed
day
on this
after.
protocol until the results came back. The earliest that the results would be back would be Friday.
So that sounds like, to me, I think that's what they call a PCR test.
I have no idea, Your Honor. I
Okay.
have no idea what it's called. Like
Let
I
me
said,
ask
I've
you-
never had COVID. I don't know the test names. I don't know what they call them.
I'm generally familiar with some of the testing for COVID. There are tests that can be what we call rapid tests, or what are called rapid tests, that are available. And then there's these other tests which take a few days. Again, I'm not a scientist, but I think the general belief would be sometimes the rapid tests are accurate, sometimes they're not. Sometimes people test negative when they're really positive. It just kind of depends on the circumstances. But it's my understanding a positive test would be pretty accurate. And then there's other tests that take a few days for the results to come back. It really depends on the lab that's being utilized, etc. I'm asking you once again, if a rapid test can be obtained, are you willing to take a rapid test?
How would that be obtained? How would it be obtained?
I would
was
work
told,
with-
I can only go by what was told to me, because when I was brought in there and they told me that they had to test me for COVID, I was immediately like, what do you mean you have to even test me for this? What is this about?
Well,
I had
didn't
a
you report
lieutenant-
symptoms to them?
Excuse me, Your Honor. I had a lieutenant
Chill.
and 2 officers present when I was asking all these questions. Why do I need, what's going on with this? Why is this? Why is this? Why is that? Because I didn't understand. Immediately in my head, I started to get afraid when they said they had to even test for COVID.
Well, were you reporting being sick and symptoms prior to them asking you to test?
Yes, I've told multiple officers. I didn't know what it was at first because it started with fatigue, with me feeling very fatigued. And I said, man, I don't know if it's just me being tired, or that's what I initially thought it was. Maybe I'm just a little exhausted. But I said, no, anybody knows their body. I said, this got to be something more, because I'm really, I don't even have an appetite. Then when I'm trying to eat, I can't taste anything. That's what said, okay, now I need to put the medical sick
When did
card
you
slip in.
report these symptoms to the medical people, or to even just a correctional officer?
A few days ago. Over the weekend is when I started to notice the fatigue. So I was telling officers, man, I don't feel good. I don't know if it's just I'm tired. Usually I don't just jump the gun and say something's wrong, because it could be anything. So
When did you report the loss of taste?
I reported the loss of taste last night.
And was it after that they told you they wanted to test you?
No, they didn't tell me till this morning that they wanted to test me.
What other symptoms are you reporting at this time?
That was it so far, just the fatigue.
There's a guy that ran over, like 6 people or whatever during a parade?
Which is the reason why I was told that I had to take the test.
So this is also something that we see a lot.
Which I was told at that time also.
Oh, and injured
that
62
the
people as
earliest
well.
My results would be Friday.
And you said at this point you're not willing to take a rapid test.
Well, they said this is the test that they do. The nurse was very clear in what he was telling me when he told me how the test, because like I said, there was a lieutenant and 2 officers right there while the whole thing was going on.
I understand all of that. I have a very specific question to you, sir.
I was asking them questions, and he specifically told me that this jail, this is the test that they do. They do not do rapid tests. I didn't even ask
She's
about
looping.
the test because I know nothing about
Or
the
he's
test.
looping.
This is what I was told. And after he told me that, I said, okay, fine, just do the test and I'll just sit on the protocol, because at first when he told me, you know you're gonna have to be on a protocol where you're isolated. I said, okay, fine, just do the test. I'd rather you do the test and make sure that I'm healthy than to just refuse the test and just say, I'll just wait for it to see if I get better or something like that. So I said, yeah, just go ahead. And that's what I was informed. Friday would be the earliest that I would get the results back. And I would be placed on a protocol which is called isolation, where I'm not allowed out of my cell.
Anything else, sir, you think I need to know about this issue as I consider your request?
No, at this time, I'm just telling you what I know. Multiple officers were there that can tell you the same thing that I'm telling you now. Like I said, a Lieutenant Chamberlain was there. 2 officers were there.
Any objection if I talk to any of them to confirm what you're saying?
Absolutely not.
Any objection if I need to ask the jail administrator about, or anyone else at the jail about, the protocols and what's available for testing?
Absolutely not.
Given any information about whether anyone else in the facility is experiencing COVID right now?
I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know who. I'm in the mental health medical pod as it is.
So no information's been provided to you that there's like either a lockdown or some type of a restriction due to any like concern over COVID at this time?
I would never have that information, because like I said, I'm limited in the pod that I'm in. I have no interaction with any other inmates, and my interaction with staff is pretty limited.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that additional information. I know, sir, what I've provided to you is generally the, for employees, I fully recognize that the jail may have different protocols just because of it being in a correctional facility, and inmates are, of course, or can be very close to one another. And so I don't want to presume that this is exactly what they
What are we watching? This guy ran, I guess, a van and killed 6 people and injured like 60 more, and he's decided to represent himself in his court case.
At the moment, I told you this earlier, you're not within 6 feet of anyone else in this courtroom. And I believe that provides ample protection for the other people in this courtroom. As I consider this request, you've provided information to the court. You've been able to tell me the symptoms that you are reporting, your understanding of the protocols, and despite you
Where did this happen? I don't know, Wakashuka, whatever the fuck.
I don't know if you're standing or sitting on the chair. I can't quite tell. It appears like you're standing, but maybe leaning over the table. Oh, knee on the chair. Okay, but you've been able to very clearly, coherently make your position known to the court at this time, and I appreciate that. Let me ask Attorney Opper if there's anything you would want to provide or state at this time regarding this request.
Yes, Your Honor, a couple of things. Number one, we believe this is nothing more than a further delay tactic by Mr. Brooks. I can advise the court, as an officer of the court and as an offer of proof, that he is.
How could that even?
Attorney Opper interrupt you when you were talking?
Well, I respectfully object to
You
that.
can object. Your objection's noted, but you need to let her state what she needs to state. I will give you an opportunity to respond. I'd encourage you to use paper and a pen to write down. That's the rules of decorum in the courtroom, sir. We generally avoid interrupting one another so that, number one, the record can be clear, and perhaps most importantly, because that is a sign that we all understand that this is a place of dignity. It is a place of
Is there a way to
respect.
flip
It demonstrates
a blueprint, like mirror it?
that, frankly, a willingness on the participants to conduct themselves appropriately. It avoids creating disorder or
no
disruption.
shot.
So
Oh
I will give you an
Thank
opportunity to respond, but you need to give Attorney Opper an opportunity without interruption. Go ahead, Attorney Opper.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, again, we believe this is a delay tactic in line with the defendant's behavior since about the August 25th or 26th motion hearing. I can advise the court, as an officer of the court, that Mr. Brooks has been saying for the last several weeks in his recorded jail calls to his mother and others that he's going to get this trial delayed or adjourned or pushed back. This behavior, again, on the 11th hour is 100% consistent with that. I believe that if the court wanted more information from the jail administrator, she is present and could provide that information. I believe Mr. Brooks has waived any HIPAA privacy rights he may have
Hippo?
in that regard and indicated
Hippo?
that to the court. And also, I believe she would be able to provide information if the court ordered her to do so. I believe that even if he is on COVID protocol, it will have zero impact on his ability to prepare for this case. As we've learned already, and I'm prepared to make a further record, he has all of his discovery materials within the confines of his jail cell. He has a tablet made available to him in the confines of his own jail cell, and he has the ability to use a conference room in his pod. I don't believe the COVID protocol would interfere with his ability to access that conference room whatsoever. But again, I could verify that.
But you also,
the jail administrator-
you also kind of
the court
misspoke,
thinks
so.
that's an appropriate fact. The fact that he claims to have started reporting symptoms as far back as the weekend, we're probably right up
What does the
against
weekend have to
5
do with
days
this?
right now. If he started this on Saturday, which I don't believe there's any record of, we're at 5 days right now. And certainly the court's offer to...
I never once said...
Mr. Brooks,
I never
have
said
an
I never
opportunity
no,
momentarily.
No,
You
I
need to stay
respectfully
quiet.
object to that because that has no merit.
Mr. Brooks,
I-
it's not
she's
your
saying-
time
no,
to speak.
No, I respectfully object. I never reported saying what day. I never said a day. And if she's saying she has jail phone calls, well, why aren't they present? Why can't they be verified by sworn affidavit and brought into this court to be shown that this is a
Ooh.
delay tactic, as you say it is?
Ooh.
How come it can't be shown by sworn affidavit? Can
Did
you
she
provide proof of
submit
that?
All
those?
right, Mr. Brooks, I've given you a little
Just
bit of
like-
leeway
just like you're
because we
saying
are outside the
that I've
presence
waived
of the
something.
jury.
I haven't given consent to waive anything. I've simply told the judge that I had no issue with her verifying with the jail that this protocol is in effect and that I was in effect tested for COVID-19. How could that be a delay tactic? If that was a delay tactic, why would I even need to be tested and placed on the protocol? Why does everybody have to have on masks to bring me down here?
All right, Mr.
Is
Brooks,
there no-
I've
is there
given
no
Mr.
verification?
Brooks, I'm going to warn you now that you have interrupted a couple of times. You interrupted
I have to
Attorney
be able-
Opper
I have to be
twice.
able to speak up,
You're
Your
now
Honor.
interrupting me yet again. We all were polite and had you provide
was not
information.
polite. That was
That's
abuse.
at
That
least the
was
third
abuse.
interruption of this court.
That was abuse by the prosecution. That was abuse.
Mr.
To-
Brooks,
to
let me
sit- to
finish.
sit- No, because that's,
So
I
he
would
now
not,
he's
I would not
outright
sit here-
refusing to listen.
I
He's
would not sit
outright
here.
talking over me
I didn't
at the
refuse
moment.
anything. I didn't refuse
Mr.
anything.
Brooks, we are at
I'm
the
not-
point
I'm not gonna-
yet
I'm not
again
gonna
where I
sit-
will put you in the other courtroom because
And
you
I
are
don't
not
consent.
able.
I don't consent to being removed. I have not waived the right to be present, and I don't agree with that.
Mr. Brooks,
Does the
I
record
have
reflect?
provided
does
you
the-
on multiple occasions and it's should be in front of you.
No,
and
I
if
don't.
not,
I don't acknowledge that. I haven't agreed
You
to
have been
it, and I
advised
haven't
on
given
multiple
consent of it.
occasions that you need to abide by the standards of courtesy and decorum for the courts of Wisconsin. Because you are a litigant, you're both a named defendant, you are now acting as your own attorney by representing yourself,
I don't recognize the name
that all of the
this
rules
state
of courtesy and
put on
decorum
their
apply
complaint.
to you.
I don't recognize that name, Your Honor. That is
Supreme
not who
Court
I am.
Rule 62.02 details many of the requirements for courtesy and decorum. I've referenced a couple of them on multiple occasions, including that sub 1 sub F of 62.02, that proper conduct and attire is expected within the courthouse, and where possible, individuals, including yourself, right, are to refrain from creating disorder and disruption. Sub H, you're supposed to conduct yourself in a manner which demonstrates sensitivity to the necessity of preserving decorum and integrity of the judicial process. You have been advised multiple times, sir, of the expectation that this court has that you conduct yourself in a civil manner. You've been advised multiple times that this court will not tolerate disruptions, interruptions, that when you do that, you run the risk of forfeiting your right to be present in the courtroom. As you know, I have available the courtroom next door that's connected to the holding area. It is connected by audio and visual means. It provides you an opportunity to meaningfully participate by also giving the court the opportunity to control the decorum, to control the disruptive behavior, because primarily your disruptive behavior is repeated interruptions of this court, talking over this court, now talking over the prosecutor. I appreciate that you have not interrupted me for quite some time. So at this point, though, I need to warn you that further interruptions may very well result in you being removed to the other courtroom where you would participate by audio-visual means.
Damn. She can use the mute button. He's going to get Discord muted.
Hear from the court administrator, especially as it relates to the protocol. Did I say the court administrator?
Yes, that's all right.
That's okay. We're in court, and I would like to hear from the jail administrator. Thank you very much. Just to get
She
some
misspoke. God, I wish she would just drop one. Your Honor,
perhaps
you
even
did
some
just
specific
misspeak, so.
information regarding the,
Just one. He just has to drop one of those to win the whole case.
since he indicated I could verify all of this information with either the lieutenant or others who were present. So I believe we have Angela Wallenhaupt here, if she would come up to the witness stand.
Your Honor, if I don't want to mix issues, but the inmate communication form from September 28th also still needs to be addressed by the court, and I think the jail administrator may have some information relevant to that issue as well.
All right, thank you. I have a list of a bunch of things I want to go over, and I'm gonna.
So, Your Honor, respectfully, just so I'm clear, are we addressing the issue at hand now?
We are.
Or are we addressing something from September?
Well, I will get to the September inmate communication form at some point during this hearing, but right now I'm addressing the most recent inmate communication form that is dated October 5, and that addresses your request for an adjournment. So I'll have you sworn in. I'll just do it. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
If you're an atheist and you break that
Please
oath,
state
is it
your
really a
first
big
and
deal?
last names
Should
for
it
the
be?
record.
Angela Wallenhaupt.
Would you spell your last name?
WOLLENHAUPT.
Thank you. If you could please advise us on the record again of your job title and responsibilities.
I'm the jail administrator for the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. I am head of the division in charge of all staff and inmate issues.
No, you just got a super hell when you die? Oof. Okay.
Could you provide information to the court on the general COVID protocol within the jail?
Judge, I would prefer to not speak to the operational considerations with that. I can speak to the fact that there are different protocols that are put on people for different medical or management reasons, which may have modifications to them. I can speak to the protocol Mr. Brooks has placed on, that it won't affect the area he is living in, nor access to areas that are not other inmate occupied.
That seems fair. I don't want to certainly put all of your operations on display. That's not necessary. But if you could speak to the specifics as it relates to Mr. Brooks's current situation.
So he would remain in his current cell housing location. He would have access to a conference room if he needed it, access to a telephone. And we would be able to, it's a safety security measure for him as well as our staff. And we can safely produce him for court.
When I hear the phrase being on a protocol, that to me could have more than one reason. Someone could have been exposed, someone could have tested, or someone could have reported symptoms that required testing. Would I be mistaken in any of those beliefs?
You are correct, Judge.
Would there be any other reasons for someone to be placed on a protocol, a COVID-19 protocol within the Waukesha County Jail?
No.
And would you tell me which one of those three options has prompted the COVID protocol for Mr. Brooks?
Judge, I have not reviewed his medical record prior to arriving here.
All right, fair enough.
Why the fuck are you here then?
Do you have an understanding of what that is?
Yes,
Based
however,
on information provided to you.
Yes, however, he has not signed a release allowing me to speak to the court. So if you are ordering me to speak to the court, I can speak to what my understanding is.
Mr. Brooks, I took your statements earlier that you would not object to me asking jail staff about the current situation to verify the information you provided. Is that still correct?
I said that I wouldn't have any issue with pertaining to myself. I don't know. I'm not speaking about anybody else in the jail. I'm not speaking about everybody's situation is different.
Right, and I'm specifically referring to your situation.
Well, the question was asked in, how does it pertain to me? It was pertaining to me, all the questions, which it came up when I said that there was a lieutenant and there were officers present when I took this test from the nurse.
Right, I'd like to verify the information that you're providing to me regarding what was reported by you, what tests were administered, and why you're on the protocol with the jail administrator. First of all, do you understand what I want to ask her about?
Is your man on the other channel for DnD? Yeah, I think I will today.
Did you hear what I said just now?
I do not understand.
But did you hear what I said?
Frankly, Your Honor, I think she would probably be the wrong person to be asking because she wasn't present.
You must understand then what I'm saying if you think she's not the person who would provide that information.
I don't understand.
So
I didn't consent to understanding or agreeing to that. No, I did not understand.
all right. I took his statements earlier. I realize you don't have a written waiver as to be a verbal waiver of any privacy rights under HIPAA, and I am directing you to answer the question.
Ooh.
It was brought to my attention shortly before the lunch hour that he had made statements that prompted the medical department to follow up. As I said before, I have not reviewed the medical record. It is my understanding he was administered a test. He was also offered another test, to which he refused.
Do you have any information regarding whether this other test would have been a rapid test?
I believe it to be.
Do you have those tests available in the facility to offer to an individual?
I have one available right now.
Ooh.
me or of the witness?
Jail administration.
Go ahead, you can ask the question.
Ms. Wallenhoff, if there were different types of tests available, why wasn't I administered the correct test when I first was tested? Why would essentially I would be asked to take a test, take that test, then turn around again and be told to take a whole nother test? In my mind, that's almost like some type of ploy or something, some type of scheme. Why?
Sir, what's the question?
I asked the question, why would I not be given the correct test from the get-go instead of having to take 2 tests? If I've already taken
Mr.
one
Brooks,
test,
you have to give her an opportunity to answer, and you
I've
gotta
already-
ask one question at a time.
I just asked the question.
Can she answer it then? Do you want her to answer it? I presume you do, since you asked the question, so you need to stop talking so that she can answer it, okay?
Limit your abuse, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Limit your
I don't
abuse?
Appreciate being talked to that way, Your Honor.
Your objection is noted. Go ahead and answer.
What? This
Judge,
judge
I
is
prefer
so
not to answer that
nice.
question.
Why?
He states the wrong test. I don't know what he's speaking of. I have not reviewed the medical record.
Or
What test
I
was
almost want to say
administered, so I would
weak.
prefer not to answer that question.
Or I guess every judge has a different style. Jesus. Or maybe I'm like poisoned from like traffic court. Oh my God.
Why would I need to take 2 tests for the same symptom?
I went to court in Kansas City like 5 times because I kept trying to
Beyond
continue
the scope of this
my
wit-
well, I shouldn't say bullshit, but my traffic, my suspended license case. Dude, I remember one of the judges there, they threw out like 2 different defendants because of what they were wearing. Like they showed up to ask or whatever, I don't know if they were trying to ask for the case to be continued, but the judge like rescheduled their shit and told them to come back to their initial hearing just because of the clothes they had on. Jesus Christ.
Any other questions?
But maybe it's not always like that. I don't know.
I don't think I was clear, or I didn't have clarity on the answer to that question. Essentially, what I'm asking is, why would I need to take 2 tests for the same thing? There shouldn't. If I'm taking a COVID test, why would I need to take another one?
I'm going to object this to lack of foundation and beyond the scope of this witness's knowledge, Your Honor.
The objection is sustained. I'll
Ooh.
direct the witness. She does not need to answer that question. Next question, if you have one, please.
I still don't have clarity on that, Your Honor.
Oh no. Do you guys know the Chad Not Chud dude?
Do you have another question?
That's another guy that like fucking hates me on Twitter. Oh, also, I'm not debating that synth guy again. The last conversation I had was brain rotting. Because I'm not providing a product to investors, I won't be sharing expense breakdowns. I've even been advised by lawyers to keep everything close to the vest for legal and safety reasons. When I continue to consult with my lawyers, I'll provide updates as appropriate. Charities also provide expense breakdowns. ... Oh fuck, I'm missing this guy's last tweet. I'm pretty sure he even says, sorry for everybody that got scammed. Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't yeah me like that. What do you mean? No, leave. You're not allowed in here. This is us, the boys planning. Go away.
What? No,
Go away.
Great. I just want to hear what's going on.
Get him out of here. Make him leave.
Oh, all right.
I said yo, not yeah. So don't give me that sass.
Thank you. To not what?
I said yo, not yeah. So don't give me the sass.
Oh, sass. You're saying sus, you fucking bread bonger. God, fuck.
I'm just saying it properly, mate.
I can't wait till I'm done with this fucking campaign, because then the number of bread bongers I have to interact with on a daily basis goes from 1 to 0, and it's just gonna feel so good to be done with your life.
Thanks. It's not on a daily basis, but it's like once a week, you know.
It feels like every day.
Thanks to you.
Is Nick on the right mic?
No, he's not.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. Once again.
I think I am on the right mic. It's just fucked. I don't know.
Bassy.
Oh my god, maybe one of you can help me with it. It's always fucked. I've changed nothing, but it's different now all of a sudden.
What mic do you use?
The Blue Yeti one.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You tell me.
It sounds like you just have like the bass jacked up on the back.
Okay, let me check
On
that.
the back of the mic, maybe turn that down and then turn your regular volume up a little bit.
Or it sounds like you've got the gain is too high.
The gain, that's what I meant. Yeah, sorry.
So turn the gain down and the volume up on your computer.
Well, I think I have the gain on nothing, but let me turn it all the way to the side. Is this not higher now, or is this lower now?
No, your gain is turning way up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's already on minimum. Yeah.
No. There's no shot.
Well, maybe is there some other setting that's fucking up? Maybe in Windows.
Yeah, there could be. Right click, sound. Right click the little volume thing. Go to sounds.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Go to recording. Find the microphone. Right click properties. See if there's a boost option.
Okay, hang on.
Under levels, maybe.
I'm just trying to find the. Okay, device properties. Additional device properties. Microphone levels. So it's on 50.
There's not a boost thing?
No.
Take a picture of the back. You're lying. Something is wrong with the back of your mic. You've got the gain turned up. I don't believe you. Your settings don't make any sense right now.
My phone's dead, so I can't take a picture.
Why is your phone dead?
All right, I'm going to plug my phone on. I'll be back in a sec.
No, wait. Come back. Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm back. Yeah,
okay,
I'm back, yeah.
Slowly turn the gain knob to the other side of what it is now.
Okay, slowly turning it up. We're just moving it up nice and slow. It's all good and fine.
Turn it all the way and then whisper.
Okay, I'm whispering.
Okay, never mind. Turn it all the way down. Turn it all the way down.
Yeah, okay, it's all the way down.
Okay, on Discord, click user settings.
Yes.
Voice and video.
Yes.
Output device. Underneath, output volume. What is your output volume at?
It's at about 105%.
Okay, turn that to 100, I guess.
Okay. Done.
Is there an independent volume knob?
Do you have like a mixer?
Oh, there is a volume. There is a volume knob, but I think that's for the headphones if you plug it into the mic.
I think it is.
I mean, I know it might seem like I'm stupid, but I have looked into this and I can't find...
Okay, unplug it.
What?
Wait, tap your mic a few times. No, it's the right mic because it adjusted. Okay,
Does
unplug
he
it and
have
plug it
echo
back in.
cancellation on, you think?
No, unplug it and plug it back in.
Okay. Hello?
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 Can we talk again?
Okay, that was the issue.
Wait, that's better now?
Yeah, it's 100% better now.
Holy shit. Really? I can't believe I didn't try that.
Do you have some kind of software running on your computer for compression, for OBS or anything like that, or?
I do have an OBS filter, but OBS is turned off right now. But in the past, those settings do seem to sort of like pull through into other...
He has slobs.
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
know how to help him.
God, you're just triggering the fuck out of me for everything, Nick. Why?
Jesus. Okay. God, give it a rest. I've had the worst fucking week, dude.
Oh, what's going on? Wait, why?
The worst day. Well, because of this shit going on in the markets and work, so it's been fucking chaotic for like
Dude,
2
the
weeks.
markets have been horrible. Oh, especially in Bongerland, actually. You guys are probably getting fucking
but it's
destroyed.
not just it's not just generally markets. Like the reason the Bank of England stepped in is because the pensions industry was fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically for a thing that I'm having to deal with, which is leveraged bets getting collateral called. It's been fucking manic, and I'm meant to be going away for the weekend tomorrow.
Yeah.
And my flight's just been cancelled because Eurowings in Germany.
Are you still
on
having
strike.
like cascading like collateral calls and everything? Is that like still fucking everything up? You guys having to like who do you go to for capital? Like, do you have it on reserve or do you have to start borrowing or what?
No, it's like selling other assets to fund the collateral calls on other parts of the strategy.
Gotcha. And there are people in charge of, because I imagine that those decisions probably get pretty dicey, yeah? Like figuring out like what you're ready to unload.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing.
Oh
Making
shit.
those calls. But a lot of because we're just advising the trustees of pension funds, it's not just like I can make the decision.
Mhm.
I have to make the decision, communicate it to the trustees,
Explain why.
Explain why, get the trading forms authorized internally because there's a huge compliance around it,
Mhm.
and then make the sales, and then get the money and send it to the investment manager to make the collateral call.
Yeah.
And
What is, like,
sometimes
your-
usually you've got like 3 weeks to do that, but because it's moving so fast, they're like, oh, we need the money in like 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I was like, what's like the time frame on some of these collateral calls? Because if this is happening in like 24 or like 72 hours or whatever, oof, that's like a lot of shit that you're crunching in a very limited amount of time. Damn.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly that. So it's calmed
And then
down
the markets
slightly
are shifting
because
constantly, like on a fucking daily basis and everything too. That's gotta be exciting at least, right?
Almost, yeah, sort of. But the Bank of England stepped in to control rates, basically to keep them steady. So it kind of
Mhm.
like halted the mania. But now a lot of the funds are reducing their leverage limits, which means they're calling collateral for those reasons anyway. And it's just so it's kind of not ended, but
Mhm.
it's been crazy. And then yeah, my flight's just been cancelled, so I'm just kind of fucked off to be honest.
Jesus.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna TPK in DnD, and it's like, oh, awful.
I think we just need to figure out what spells we're gonna cast to do all of like the scrying and whatnot, and what order, right? That's all we really can plan for, yeah.
Well, so here let's figure out like what our goals are first. What are the goals for this op?
We need to kill both of the people and get our mom.
Okay, that is we're going for mom.
We're going for mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta go for mom.
So I think somebody had a good idea, which is basically we can use disintegrate and fabricate to break through walls or even to dig underground. Like I think if there's going to be a trap for us in the prison, right? And Neil's made specific reference before to trying to crush and or drown us in a locked room. So I think that might be what's going to happen. Like the ceiling might collapse and it might fill with water and we're locked in and we can't get out because there'll be some sort of teleport ward or dimension shifting ward at the same time. And we just die without a save. So I think going in an unexpected way, like i.e. through a wall, might be a good play there.
This isn't the plan. Okay, yeah. I saw some plan about tunneling into Scoria's mountain over 36
not that.
days. Okay, not that. But
Not that.
tunneling into like the place. That sounds feasible, yeah.
So I also think that maybe literally just trying to work out where if we get a floor plan of the castle, or even just an idea of where these people sleep, you might be able to just like go in via the wall, like fly up there, disintegrate the wall, and go straight into their room.
Into which room?
Like
Into
the
whatever
where
room they're in.
Like the assassin or whatever.
Oh, so is our goal? What's the order of operations here? Because if we kill people, I feel like we can't save mom afterwards. If we save mom, I feel like we can't kill people afterwards.
The assassin, I think, needs to die first in like a surprise way, because if they don't, then we risk.
I don't think I want to do
saving
any
lives.
rounds of combat with that person getting attacks.
Yeah, correct. So I think they just die immediately first. Like if we're sneaking into the castle Nick's way, we disintegrate the wall and then insta kill them. Like in theory, that would be the goal.
You know, if we kill them, right? Can we take
kill them
our
without
time?
letting on the
Can we
guards,
just kill Can we just kill everyone in the castle?
Yes. The issue is if like
Can we, though?
Scoria comes.
I don't think we're worried about Scoria.
I don't think anyone ever in this world anymore can face us without some like wacky.
The problem is
Saber
like if
dies.
there's the only thing I'm worried about is like extreme wackiness. Like what if 20 mages run out and all cast like magic missile? Like doesn't that auto kill us? Aren't we actually like just dead?
I've got magic resist. I don't know. I'd probably survive that, but yeah, it's that is a risk.
That would
but
be wacky, but that would be interesting. Yeah.
Neil did say that there's low-level mages with high-level magic missile scrolls. So
Yeah,
they're
there's a
probably
chance
gonna
for
be
them
like,
to die though. But yeah, I
Yeah.
do think that would be a.
but I don't really know how we can.
I
avoid
think that we might be able to shadow assassin our way in, kill the assassin person without anyone knowing. I think we can at bare minimum do that. The question is, can we then go on to either save our mom without anyone knowing or kill the diplomat without anyone knowing?
I think if we can kill the assassin without any trouble, then we're kind of home and dry. Because I don't think there's anyone else that can really threaten us in the immediate.
Oh yeah.
I don't think so. Like there'll
So we
be
just need
like
to figure out where the assassin is in the building, then, yeah.
yeah, I think so. There'll be some high level knights though. You guys should be able to take them because they'll be like the equivalent of the queen's like guy that follows her around all the time. It's probably like level 9 with good gear.
Yeah.
What?
We need another amulet of constitution. We're never.
Yeah,
doing
we
it.
do. Yeah.
I know.
We never.
The assassin probably.
Wait,
doesn't
who's wearing the
sleep
amulet of constitution right now?
You and Nick.
Why does Nick have one on?
because he can't take off the amulet of Valthara.
I can now,
Oh.
probably. But I would lose smites. But I think the issue right now is survivability rather than the other thing. It would just be dependent on if you wanted to give up the amulet at this point, Nick.
It's 1,000,000% makes more sense on you because you're a frontline fighter. Like we literally
higher AC.
What?
But yeah, he's got higher AC.
Doesn't matter. Like we almost lost. Well, arguably, the campaign is a little fucked because he didn't have that amulet of Constitution on, right?
Yeah.
Because
wouldn't have killed the green dragon without the smites though. But yeah.
Maybe. I mean, he would have gotten a whole other round or two maybe to survive hits though, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, I still can't believe when that fireworm hit me. What did it get? Like a plus 39 or plus 50?
It was like plus 31 or 32. It was something. It was just. Kobe should have just said it just does all the
killed you.
hits.
What a wacky attack. Sorry, I just remember that. Jesus.
If we can give me that, if Nick's cool giving it up again, I'm not forcing him at all because it's.
We
good on
also,
you.
well,
It's
hold
safe.
on. The amulet is important for the Scoria check, actually. Fuck.
It is, yeah. It probably is really important for this area, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
And
don't
if-
think we
if
want to
I-
get
if I
into a
take the
position where
amulet
you're
off-
taking. Yeah.
I was gonna say if I take the amulet off, I probably won't get the Scoria checks anymore. Putting it back on, like
For
that'll
sure.
be a arc for it. So
Yeah, I think if you take it off, there's going to be consequences. I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
I don't know. Like Neil spends a lot. I mean, I've been downed in more fights than either of you. I get targeted, and I don't have high AC.
You've been downed in more fights. When was the last time you got downed?
You got down to like level 7.
Yeah, wait,
No,
when was the
maybe
last
Green Dragon
time
you got downed?
Well, I got turned into a fucking lava at one point, if you remember that in the Death
Oh,
Knight
yeah,
fight.
Does that have to do with your HP or?
No, that wasn't.
That was just.
Wait, yeah, when is the last time you got downed?
Hey, I don't know. It might have been a while.
It just sucks because Anton is literally like a frontline fighter, and him like fighting frontline with what? What do you have, like 49 HP or something, or
I think
what?
55 or 52, yeah.
That just kind of sucks. And the Constitution would also save him from a power word kill, although we're not worried about that right now, but just in case.
Yeah.
And you've got like a million things to protect you. You've got your shadow illusions, you've got your phasing in and
I know,
out, whatever
I know,
the
I
fuck.
know.
You've got your stone
No,
skin.
it's
yeah,
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or sorry, you guys should make that. I don't want to argue out of your.
Just
shit
keep
or
in
whatever.
mind, like well, the issue is if I do take it off, I will probably lose smites for the rest of the campaign, and we won't be able to track score anymore.
Yeah, that's
So
the big
like what
thing.
we're debating at this
yeah,
point. Yeah,
we probably need it on for Scoria, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It also
Okay.
sucks that we lost that amulet of recall. That hurts a lot.
That was really
Yeah,
fucking good.
I've got nothing else to wear around my neck either. I don't know if
However,
it's
I'm
any
surprised Koiba wasn't giga fucking you guys on that. With Nick simultaneously had the amulet of recall on it every time, and he also had huge fucking
Yeah.
constitution bonuses.
Well, to be fair, in my defense, I don't think we used the amulet of recall in a high pressure situation after I got the amulet of
Did we?
Constitution.
The only time I
That's
could
probably
use
true,
it was
actually.
dragon time. I don't remember though.
Well,
No,
we
that
used
was
it once
so
when you
far away from the
fucking
dragons.
morons were like, we should just stand here and fight like the 8 fucking creatures that in the
He
middle
didn't
of
have
that
the
field.
con then. We
No, I
should
know.
go back and kill them. For the epilogue, it should just be us like going back and fucking this guy
Killing
up.
every
Like
encounter that we
stepbrothers.
fucked up. True.
Wait, I think Steven still you're talking about the knights, aren't you?
No, oh, I was talking about the scorpion dudes.
The scorpion dudes. You guys got that gas spell. I can't remember. It's called Stinking Clouded.
Good time.
Yes, but anyway, I was going to say this plan only works if the assassin's sleeping in a room that's adjacent to the wall of the keep, which he probably isn't. I mean,
Where
in
else are
theory-
they gonna sleep? Like in the middle? In the middle of the keep, you think?
Yeah, it depends how big it is, doesn't it?
To be fair,
That's what she said.
let's say we disintegrate in to a wall. We could probably just like kill the person in there without them saying anything, yeah?
Yeah.
And then disintegrate like into the next wall.
Yeah.
Like if he's
Yeah.
2 walls in, we should be able to sneak around a castle at night. We just need to like one shot anyone who we see.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, let's think. Okay, number one is we need to locate them first. How are we going to do it?
Well, I was thinking to find through scrying to find out, not my help, but to really find out where they are in the keep. What you'd want to do is fly around the keep invisible with locate object and try and work out,
Okay, that's probably not going to work because locate object.
You have to stand. And
fucking sucks.
And,
okay, number one. Number two, there's no way that they're not going to have some true sight that we can just fly around invisible without getting caught. I don't believe that's going to be possible.
Yeah, exactly. I agree that's probably not going to work. So I think we're going to struggle to exactly locate what room we're in.
Also, yeah, won't disintegrate like make a fuck ton of noise? Aren't they going to hear walls exploding and shit?
I don't think it just turns to dust, so...
Disintegrate should just turn it to literal dust.
I don't think there's noise, but if we collapse the keep, then maybe.
So how do we get into the castle without being noticed? I think the best way to do it would just be everyone polymorphs into like a fucking rat and we scurry through the sewers.
We can't all polymorph into a rat though, can we? Only two of us can do that.
I can turn into a bat though.
Yeah, you could do a bat, yeah.
There's not going to be things cast to like undo people's fucking whatever.
We talked about that with our soundbar, didn't we? Sounds like polymorph would work.
It sounds like polymorph would work. It sounds like there's teleportation stuff and anti-invisibility stuff, but it doesn't sound like there's like polymorph stuff. So to bare minimum, we could probably go through there as an animal and then turn into a person.
Is it built on a river? Yeah, it is built on a river.
It is, yeah. Or we could go in as fish. I could bat in, I think that's like the way we get in undetected.
Yeah, what if they're all starving to death so they eat rats?
That could be a funny meme, yeah.
So that gets us into the where would the sewers go to? Like the right below the keep.
At least a chamber pot, at least into the keep. Not a chamber pot, like a fucking hole in the ground where they shit through.
Now, from there, we'd probably be pretty close to the dungeon.
Probably.
So we could do a smash and grab for Mom by fabricating through a wall. Or
what's the reason that we're killing the assassin person besides the good weapon? Is there a good reason or no?
Because I think those two people are like the ones that are keeping the town basically in check, right? I think we should expect the town to become more chaotic with those two gone.
Do we care? Because shouldn't we just be able to bring a fucking massive army through Mystria at some point?
I don't know why we haven't been able to do that yet. Don't ask
So,
me.
like, well, let's just get Mom. We could just say, fuck these guys, and just slowly push our entire army up with us there, so Scoria doesn't come and fuck it. And I think then we shouldn't care about...
Well, no, the problem with that is we've got no way to ground Scoria, so she just flies over the army and burns it down.
Yeah, but I don't think she knows that, and she's not willing to take that risk, right? She hasn't yet. Anytime we're sighted or seen, she does not fuck with us.
True.
Yeah, but backed into a corner.
She's not in her lair.
Backed into a... She's not in a corner. She's in her lair.
Like
No, but us marching an army through Mystria is essentially backing her into a corner, like act now or lose.
At a bare minimum, if Shine's with us in our army, Shine can ground her. Shine can't kill her alone, but Shine.
That's what I said last.
That's
what I said last week.
Going to be our
it seemed
grappling thing, though.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, can Shine tackle it and get out of the? Maybe.
I think that like if Scoria is coming for our army and we're like pushing up like that, I think that is our key. Is Shine getting her out of the air onto the ground and then us literally just fucking her up.
Yeah.
Should we do call to hits when we attack Scoria? Like, let's say Shine does tackle her out of the air. Do we just say, okay, I'm specifically attacking Scoria's wings?
What are the called shot rolls on Tui?
-4.
-4 to hit, yeah. It's not even that bad, really. Although, it's going to be hard to hit Scoria, I think.
Well, she's capped at like 31 AC now, right?
Yeah, I think so. 32 maybe? Probably max AC anyways. Might as well fucking call to hit.
Yeah, but what do you get to hit?
What do you get to hit? Her wing? And then that would hopefully fuck up her fly?
Sorry, no, I'm saying, like, what's your attack bonus? Like, what's your roll to hit?
Let me open up Roll20. It should be, like, massive now. Especially with my smites.
Do you think we're wasting our big reveal on saving Mom?
Well, that's why. I mean, the only other thing
I don't
we
think
could
the
do is
big
to
reveal
use it
matters,
to attack
though.
Scoria.
Yeah, or yeah. If we want to just forget about Mom and go attack Scoria, that would be the only other way that we could do like a quote-unquote big reveal. But we're never attacking Scoria in her lair. I just don't.
Yeah, that's why I quite like the plan of getting the queen to surrender and using it as bait, but it sounds like that's going to be a no-go.
My plus to hit here. Let's just do an attack roll. 15 without any smites, so up to a 21.
Okay, so even with you'd still need a 10 to hit, so you'd need a 14 with a cold shot.
Yeah, but if it fucks up her wing, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus, I got 3 attacks around, sometimes 4 attacks with haste. I have like I don't know, 6 or 7.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to kill this assassin guy and steal his shit. That dagger
The shit sounds
insane.
awesome.
Yeah.
It does, but I just don't think it's going to be... I guess it could be of use if Steve's using it for fighting Scoria.
I think it could be of use. I mean,
Being able to blink around is always good, especially since I lost my fucking boots.
It's probably going to be easier to hit as well because it's...
oh, true. The cuts through bullshit or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, like it'll be +0, but it'll negate like 10 or more armor probably.
Is it really +0? No shot. It's got to be like at least +2.
Well, the reason I didn't take that spell is because Neil said it doesn't work on magic weapons, so I'm assuming it's a +0, but maybe it's not.
I have +13 to hit. Sorry, I forgot to add 1 to my level. That's right, Nick, right? 12 from level, 1 from Gloves of War? That's all you get, right?
Strength?
I don't have strength, yeah.
Loser.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, when you your spear.
Yeah, and my spear. So I'm at +16 instead of 15. So I can hit to 22 with a level 6 smite.
Yeah.
So I guess the question here is, A, do we want to do our big reveal on Mom? I think we have to.
Okay, well, let's just theory craft it because we break through the wall. What do we find in that room?
Which room are we talking about? Mom's room?
Let's say we know where the dungeon is exactly, and we disintegrate into the room. What do we find? We probably find her chained up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So how do we get her out then?
I mean, what magic spells can you use? Do you have the other one?
I suppose.
Knock, maybe, but I'm gonna guess that you might want to just fabricate it.
Yeah.
Just
it's like a...
I don't know. You can fabricate something and then use the steel as the equipment, right? And it'll just come off.
Should do, I think.
Should do.
Should do.
But that probably still triggers whatever trap is down there, by the way. But at least then, hopefully, we've got a way out of the room that they didn't plan for.
That's what you think.
We've just made a hole in the wall. So I think that's one option. Go through the sewer, try to locate the dungeon, and get her out before alerting anyone else. But the downsides is that we don't kill the assassin, we don't kill the diplomat, we don't weaken Scoria's hold on the city and on King by association. If we go a more direct plan, maybe we do what we were talking about last time, which was wait for night, flyers, bats / birds to the roof, disintegrate through a window, and then try and make our way stealthily down, killing everyone that we see. The advantage of this is that we might kill King Gilda, we might kill both the assassins, and we might save Mum as well.
I don't think we want to kill the king.
No?
Because I think then, I don't know, it might rally the fucking nation.
No
even
shot.
more.
It's gonna demoralize the fuck out of them. They thought we were dead.
You
Now
think
they
that'll
find out we're
demoralize
alive.
them?
At the same time they find out we're alive, their fucking king gets killed. Yeah. Who are they fighting for now? Scoria? The evil dragon bitch that's fucking their whole shit up? Nah.
Exactly. The next person might want to make a deal at that point.
Can we get like a list, I guess, of all the spells that we're gonna cast to get those people's exact locations? Didn't you already kind of get that going last week? And Koi was like, I need to make sure that the interactions work.
Yeah. What did we do at the end of last week? We did do something like that, didn't
We were casting, I think, magic font, and you were scrying. You were casting a scry spell on it on the weapon.
Yeah, that's right. We got an image of the weapon, and then we were going to cast. We were just going to scry on it. What exactly was it? Oh, we scry on it, and then we can use clairvoyance on the same area, and then go like 100 feet up and try and locate the area in the castle with that. It's not ideal, to be honest. I don't think it's gonna ever get an exact room is the problem. Like, we can be pretty confident that the dungeon is in the bottom of the keep somewhere. But the king, the assassin could be anywhere. I don't think we should plan on I don't think we should plan on getting the jump on that assassin, to be honest.
We have to. We have so many spells in preparation and everything, it should be possible.
Yeah, but home field advantage.
Is there any way we can lure the assassin out?
The assassin is a, what's it called? A
loser.
Mercenary?
Yeah.
Do you think you can sending them and just offer them something?
Well, that's what, I think that, I mean, that is technically
I doubt
an
that'll
option.
work, but...
The thing is, though, if these two keep a stranglehold on the city, surely they must leave the keep.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's like a scuffle, does the assassin come out to kill the person? Like, so is there some way to lure the person out or whatever?
Yeah.
What do we
that
think
reminds me.
outside the box? I'm sure the assassin has family, yeah?
Yeah, well,
It would
probably
be
not
pretty
here.
evil. No, it wouldn't be here. But Scoria doesn't know we're back anyways, so it doesn't matter what's going to happen. If she's going to attack, she's going to attack, and we're not going to be able to do anything about it. What if we go and get the assassin's family, contact them, and then make them do our dirty work by getting our mom out and killing the other person, and then we give them whatever they want back?
I feel like that's not going to work, but it's a good idea, though. Like, in real life, that might be a good way around to solve the
Yeah,
problem.
I'm sure like assassins like have weaknesses, and it's usually, you know,
Yeah, but is someone like this going to have a family?
that's something we can figure out. No.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like for something like that, it would have been taken advantage of if it was already a thing.
What do you mean?
Like if there was just like a family member that you could snatch and grab, and then then it'd be like, oh well, they would have done that already. Our kingdom would have. Right? No.
Okay, so thinking
I don't
outside the
think our
box.
kingdom is enough.
Capable of doing anything. True.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box, right? I get you guys into a window in the roof, and then I go to the outside of the city, start flying around, just raising hell, just casting cloud kill, casting reverse gravity, casting lightning bolts, just killing as many people as I can, drawing as many people away from the keep to me, and then I teleport out, get out safely. Hopefully you two can, you keep the candle with you, the last teleport candle. You achieve our objectives while they're all distracted, and then you get out.
I think that's doable. It creates a pretty big diversion.
It's dangerous, though. Someone could just dispel me and get lucky, or any other number of things could happen.
Do you have any other way out? Would you have the teleportation ring on?
I'd have the teleportation ring, yeah.
You're gonna have permanent invisibility, right? With persistence or whatever?
I would have permanent fly with that, I think, but I'd cast improved invis, so I was invisible. But presumably they'll have like true seeing or something.
Yeah, I just don't know. We gotta figure out a route, I guess. Like there's 3 options on the table. Which option do we want to do? I think we all, out of character, want that weapon.
Yeah.
Because if it's auto hit, that'll be useful against Scoria with a poison. If anything,
the improved blink is sick.
The blink helps just to get over my loss of boots too, because that's kind of
improved blink is so good.
It makes it so you just can't get hit, right?
Well, better. Yeah, basically you can dodge the first attack every round, but you can also just teleport through walls at will. You know, get out of anyone grabbing you at will.
What about when your mom's trying to grab me when she gets a little drunk? She's a little frisky.
Yeah, you can get out of that.
What if I don't want to get
Okay,
out?
I think then...
Well, you don't have to. That's the advantage.
Yeah, hell yeah, true.
Let's count out the entire first plan then of just grabbing mom. Because I think that we want the dagger, and I think we probably can get it.
Yeah, well, Neil, don't forget, Neil suggested this quest to us, so it is possible to win. You know, he offered this information about these 2 people.
Maybe it's a bait, though. Maybe we'll die, and he'll be like, well, you're not supposed to go after every single thing, guys.
After every quest I give you.
I mean, he would say that.
He would, absolutely. That sounds like the most Quibi thing in the world to say.
Yeah.
I think Nick going outside and raising hell will be good. Most of the forces. But if he does that, then the assassin is going to be on guard. So is there a way we can kill the assassin before then, and then you go raise hell? while we get
like I
mono.
said, I think if the assassin's dead, we're good.
Okay,
That's
hold
our
on.
only fear here.
Let me think for a sec.
brain time.
Okay, what if we take 3 heroes? Okay. Supposedly these guys can see magic gear and shit. What if we take 3 heroes and we deck them the fuck out with some magic shit? We can literally afford to do that. Like
We can, yeah.
Yeah. We deck them out with some shit and we have them lurking around the outside of the city such that they think it's the McGarry brothers. Okay? This isn't the fucking internet. It's not like people know our faces. Like they've got it memorized. They'll just have a general impression of who we are. If we do that, wouldn't we expect them to send that enforcer guy out to like sneak around or try to kill these people? And then when they do that, then we pop out and kill those dudes? So we've got 3 people that are essentially like lurking on the outside of the city, spies or whatever. Maybe they think it's the McGarry brothers. They send out the Dagger guy to investigate. When he goes to investigate, he sees an opportunity, kills them, or tries to kill them. Then we step in and then we kill him.
The Dagger guy is... I don't think that they're dumb enough, if they do think it's the McGarry brothers, to do 1v3. Also, the Dagger guy is just there to protect the diplomat. He's not there to kill the McGarry brothers.
What if? Okay. Your boy Vega has connections in Crownhold, right? This assassin guy probably has connections with the family. Bit of a more of a long-term plan. But what if Tyrael, what if you go into Crownhold for some amount of time, undercover, you don't reveal who you are.
Yeah.
And you make connections to the point where you can get in touch with this assassin guy and organize a meeting. And then we can kill him.
I would never do that, but I understand what you're saying. Because like when it comes to criminal shit like that, you kind of live and die by your word. I wouldn't organize an arrangement through like the criminal organization and then backstab somebody off that organization. That would be like the worst thing in the world to do, right?
Yeah, I guess they wouldn't know it was you. It's also too long term, probably.
I
I'm just trying to think like how we can
We
get
also have
that
to fight the
person out of castle.
assassin. We also have to fight them when they're like asleep, or we risk save or dies on our gear that we have accumulated over.
Yeah, if we
100
can, but if
episodes.
we can get into their room while they're asleep, one, they're not a very great assassin, but okay, admittedly, it is probably possible. But I just feel like that's the whole quest one. If we achieve that, I think we're already good. Don't forget, this diplomat's not that strong. He's got this guy to protect him. If we kill his protector, he's not going to stand a chance. So I think that might be too hopeful of a solution to hope for being able to like catch him asleep.
Yeah, but then the other way is I don't think either of us want to fight him because he will absolutely automatically hit and wreck our gear.
Or insta-kill one of us.
Or or we just die.
I don't think we want to take any hits from this guy ever.
Yeah.
I agree, but I still think Power Word Stun is going to work. And
If
it's
we
got
see him
one
first.
casting time.
We see him first, yeah.
So even on an initiative roll,
He can't blink your
pretty
power
good
word
chance.
stun either.
I don't think so. It's not.
I don't think so.
Well, hang on. I mean, it's a
Maybe.
verb. It's a verbal spell. It's not like it's a projectile.
He's deaf. LeMayo.
Okay. Yeah, well, can you just make sure on that.
Well, there's no way
it's
to
a
be
deaf
sure.
assassin.
That would be funny.
Well, that shouldn't matter. He doesn't have to hear it for it to work, right? That would be ridiculously stupid.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It is called Power Word Stun, but it doesn't imply that it has to
Some
be.
of them you
it
do
could
have
be
to
a magic
hear.
word.
Wait, who did we fight? Did we plug our ears? Who did we plug our ears against? Like a banshee or what was
Banshee.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a banshee.
Fuck.
It's the true assassin.
I don't think he can blink Power Word Stun. Alien man. I don't think so.
That would be pretty wacky, Nick.
Unless he can blink like behind a wall or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I've not got vision anymore. Maybe then. But I mean, if I win initiative, I feel like.
If you win initiative, they're stunned and we win. If you lose initiative, one of us probably might die. We
You know,
definitely
it's a-
lose gear.
It's a 3-up or a 4-up. You'll probably be all right.
Probably. There's just like 10% chance to lose.
Yeah,
Imagine going through
probably.
all the shit and then Anton gets
To get
killed
Anton, he just
immediately.
dies.
I mean, yeah, I get that. It would be great if we can
Not
you know.
risk that, you know.
Yeah, but that might not be an option here. It feels like this whole NPC has been designed to force us to make a save or die.
Or to force us to like make an intelligent plan instead of rushing in and doing retarded shit, you know.
Oh my god, you're always saying that we're rushing in and we've got bad plans. Like, we're still alive, aren't we?
I mean, well, Anton kind of died once.
Yeah, he did. That was your plan.
I died to a wacky mummy that was sitting on the back with
That
the
was-
spell magic.
that
though.
was.
I remember that was so
That's why I
wacky.
died. Level fucking like 20 mummy with no gear, by the way.
How did Neil even sort of think? Like, yeah, it's probably fine.
I don't know. The mummy's on his back. He didn't die to the water.
That is funny. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't die to the dragon. I died to fucking the whack job.
That's funny. Okay, well, good. So we're no closer to coming up with a plan then.
You're underwater. Yeah, but he can kind of see you, you know?
He can see you.
See you underwater fighting a dragon, like hand-to-hand combat.
Under the dragon's foot. The dragon's enlarged, fucking massive.
Yeah, in the middle of combat base.
In the middle of combat, wacky. Okay,
Right. Wait, somebody has suggested, and they suggested on Reddit, and it is a decent idea. There's a potion you can make that makes you immune to poison. I think, did you suggest it, Steven? I could try and research how to make that and make them, but it's
I
going to
might
be
able to make. I can probably make that. I have the prerequisites for it.
It's going to be 20
Potion of Vitality, it's called.
Of research.
Yeah. I have.
Got to research the recipe. Got to track down the ingredients. Got to make the potions. Like, it's probably going to take.
I have the
fucking ages.
prerequisites for it though.
What do you mean the
I have
prerequisites?
hold poison. Well, you have to have a spell that's similar, right?
Yeah, but this isn't. Potion of Vitality is something else. It does like for a week you don't need to sleep. It makes you immune to all poison and disease. Like you can't get drunk and stuff. Can't remember. It does some other stuff as well, but it's more than just that. I mean, I think that is an option we could go down if you really, really are that scared of rolling that one. You know,
Bro, we've already
save
gotten
versus
like
poison.
crushed on some of our die rolls. Like,
Yeah. No. So that's a way to get around the poison. Anton, do you not have like? Is there not like
I have
neutralized poison
hold,
or
I have
something?
hold poison, but I'm worried that I'm just gonna die in a round before I get to even cast it. If that makes
Can
sense.
you
right?
You can't precast it, no.
Oh, I was thinking about doing that, but if I get hit, then I lose concentration of my spell, right?
Correct.
Or is it a con check?
No, I'm saying you
remember
can't
what we did.
precast hold poison so that any poisons that hit you are held. No.
I mean, we can read it, but I think that would be wacky.
I do think Neil allowed that once upon
He
a
did
time.
back in the day, but that's a dumb
Yeah.
ruling.
But I don't think he's gonna
Also
allow that.
remember, yeah,
When cast
old Corbett
upon a
rulings.
victim who has been poisoned by any means. So even in the spell, even in a generous reading, no. Maybe slow poison. When this spell is placed upon a poisoned individual. No.
Just check.
We go.
check
Yeah,
the-
we go kill a unicorn.
Yeah, we could do that as well, but then that's only one of us.
Well, only one of us are probably gonna get fucking killed. Not you.
Where's all the gear in the party sheet? Is that on the party sheet or where is it?
Probably on the party sheet, yeah.
I don't see anything on that. Oh, is this it? I mean, do we not have a potion of vitality? Maybe.
I might have one on me, but if I do, I only have like one.
Can you check?
Does it
Because if you
matter?
have one and we go kill it, yeah. If you have one, then you can't get poisoned.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you can go toe to toe with an assassin.
Oh, you kick his ass in a fight.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
the
we're just worried
destruction
about
of the armor.
Yeah,
But
we're
you could
worried
just
about-
wear like that green armor, maybe.
You just wear shitty armor.
Like you don't even need armor to fight this guy anyway, because he goes through it.
Yeah, just like I go through your mom.
Yes.
In other news, guys, how exciting is this? Right, I got an email today.
Yeah.
Saying they're making a D&D movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the director and that are going to Comic-Con in London, and they've invited me to go to like meet them and go to the panel and shit.
Oh, cute.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Do you think I should do that? It sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Do it, dude.
Why the fuck not?
I have no potion of vitality. How many ways can it be poisoned at once? Can you get poisoned multiple times?
Yeah.
You probably have different poisons affecting you.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could all go in pre-poisoned with a weaker poison, then we could.
Can you wear the robe of scintillating colors now?
No, I've not got high enough wisdom. I'll be back in a minute.
It's wisdom, not int?
Well, hold on.
It's both.
What does that
It's
do?
both. It's int and wisdom.
Cringe, bro.
What does the robe of scintillating colors do, chat? Anyone remember?
Doesn't it like make people when you're confused or something?
Well, I could give him my wisdom amulet or my fucking crown.
Is Koiber really gonna let us just swap around like an 18 wisdom
Well,
crown with nothing?
Not a ton. I haven't ever done it before, so there will probably be
Without
some
like an
drawbacks to
insanity
me,
check
but
or
yeah.
something? Yeah. You're literally flowers for Algernauting yourself.
Do you think you could Ring of Telekinesis? The dagger hand?
No, he doesn't let us suck weapons out of people's hands with those. That would be way
Not
over.
suck weapons, but stop them from attacking.
No, because that would be a
if
rule
one
then.
whole person is sitting there and just like doing it, I guess that would be fucking giga dumb.
Yeah, it would be, but it would also be awesome.
Can you imagine we're fighting Scoria? Four
like
people
four
come out.
losers. No, it would be
Yeah,
like
just with
15 people
rings.
with those rings, and they'd all just come out and like fucking spam it at us.
Yeah, that'd be fucking stupid.
Koibu, can we use a ring of telekinesis to stop people from attacking?
I don't know what you mean. Can you be more descriptive than stop people from attacking?
Yeah, I use the ring of telekinesis to hold a person's hand in place when they go to swing a weapon.
It's a full round action to use the ring of telekinesis. So you would be spending, you'd roll initiative with your ring, and then you would use it, and whatever rules of the ring apply. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, that sounds like
so
a-
if you win the contest, then someone would be lifted or stopped or whatever, but it would be your action for the round.
Sounds like a
Another
yes to
question. What are the blocking rules again?
You can
Or like disarm, I guess.
Disarm. You'd have to look into combat and tactics. Let me. Oh, I have it right here. Oh, look at that. So in a disarm, there's two types. There's offensive and defensive. The character attempting to disarm must hit AC 20, while the intended victim of the disarm must hit AC 16, because there's like an opposed roll going on, or something like that.
Be right back, 1 sec.
Anyone involved in disarm, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, actually, okay. I'm going to try something, guys. I'm switching over to my Bestiny channel for streaming D&D so that people don't get randomly show up and get ass mad. The Bestiny channel. YouTube.com/Bestiny. I know how many of you guys love D&D so much. Wait, Bestiny's where it's normally uploaded anyway, right? There you go. It might take me a bit to figure out how to start over there, but alright. Embed link? Oh shit, I don't know how the embed works. If that's set up or not. Alright, I'll be back in a bit.